Welcome to Guys We Fucked. Guys We Fucked.
Guys We Fucked.
I'm Krystyna. I'm Corinne.
We're sorry about last night.
The anti-slut shaming podcast. I never stop.
Hey, fuckers, how you doing? Welcome to another episode of Guys We Fucked.
It's the anti-slut shaming podcast. I'm Corinne.
I'm Krystyna.
Hello. And today's news story is a retro report from the New York Times that I found fascinating. It's by Clyde Haberman. I just feel like that we should be giving credit to the authors.
Absolutely.
I realized I was like, oh, we haven't done that.
Journalists work hard too.
Exactly. And I'm going to read the whole article, which you guys know I'm obsessed with. But I just feel like I was like, what information can I take out? And to me, it was all very important.
Okay.
That's the director in me. That's why I'm not an editor. So it's called Codename Jane, the Women Behind a Covert Abortion Network. Ooh. In the years before abortion became legal, a clandestine group helped women with unwanted pregnancies get around the law. The No Frills advertisement, printed at times in student and alternative newspapers, went straight to the point. Pregnant? Don't want to be? Call Jane. A telephone number followed. This was nearly half a century ago when abortion was illegal almost everywhere in the country and alternative newspapers were in their heyday. There was no Jane, though, not literally anyway. Yet at the same time, Jane was anybody. It was an every woman name used for everyone who once formed an underground network that provided clandestine abortion services, Laura Kaplan said. Ms. Kaplan was part of it. I wrote about the experience in a 1995 book. I know you guys like book recommendations. The Story of Jane. That group, referred to by some as the Jane Collective, operated in Chicago and carried out thousands of abortions from 1969 to 1973. Many of the procedures were performed by medical non-professionals. They may have been the housewife next door, the college student down the block, the local school teacher. Retro Report, a series of video documentaries that re-examine major news stories of long ago, devotes this installment to the Janes and their mission. In his pronouncements and Supreme Court appointments, President Trump appears intent on overturning or at least hobbling Roe v. Wade, the 1973 decision that legalized abortion in the United States. As it is, dozens of states have imposed enough restrictions to make it hard for many women, especially those of scant means, to find professional help to end a pregnancy. About 90% of American counties do not have a single abortion clinic, effectively putting the procedure beyond easy reach for countless women. Perhaps not surprisingly, many with unwanted pregnancies resort to do-it-yourself measures. This does not mean a wholesale return to the bad old days of desperate women swallowing lye or turpentine, or using knitting needles or wire hangers. The norm now is a self-administered abortion pill. Actually, a combination of two medications, misoprostol, I know you saw it, and mifepristone. They are generally considered safe and, when taken together, almost always effective in a pregnancy's first trimester. Nonetheless, most states require by statute that a doctor be involved. Several women have been jailed for running afoul of the law. It is enough to have spawned movements to assist pregnant women wishing to act on their own, not unlike the secretive Janes of old. In keeping with its mission of looking back to then look ahead, Retro Report recalls the life and times of that Chicago network, known formally as the Abortion Counseling Service of Women's Liberation. A founder was Heather Booth, who, as a University of Chicago student in the 1960s, had helped a friend's sister find a doctor who would do an abortion. The author, Kate Manning, writing in the New York Times last year, said Ms. Booth described that woman and her own actions this way. I was told she was nearly suicidal. I viewed it as not breaking the law, but as acting on the golden rule. Someone was in anguish and I tried to help her. The network came into being in 1969 with clients like Sunny Chapman, who at age 19 had become pregnant. It was a difficult pregnancy with considerable bleeding. Ms. Chapman recalled for Retro Report. Sorry, that was one full sentence. Like many women, she first turned to what was commonly referred to back then as a back alley abortionist. I had a conversation with the man on the phone, and just talking to him made me feel completely unsafe, she said, adding, he sounded like a gangster. Hospital emergency room doctors treated her with hostility, she said. And so she called the network, whose founders proclaimed, we are for every woman having exactly as many children as she wants, when she wants, if she wants. The Jane's tactics facts were worthy of a spy novel. A woman seeking to end her pregnancy left a message on an answering machine. A, quote, callback Jane phoned her, collected information, and passed it to a, quote, big Jane. Patients would be taken first to one address, the front, for counseling. They were then led, sometimes blindfolded, to another spot, the place, where a doctor did the abortion. That is, if he indeed was a doctor. It turned out that at least one abortionist, while skilled enough, and that's quite a portion of a sentence, was not a physician, just someone looking for a ready buck. A few of the Janes, Ms. Kaplan said, figured that if he could do it, so could they. And they did for a lot less. The man's going rate in the early 70s went as high as $1,000, equivalent to about $6,500 today. The Janes dropped the price to $100, accepting less if the woman had little money. In 1972, the Chicago police raided an apartment used by the Janes and arrested 7 of them. In the police van, the women ripped off the sections of index cards bearing their patients' names and addresses and swallowed them.
Wow.
Everything changed, though, on January 22nd, 1973, when the Supreme Court issued its ruling in Roe v. Wade. Charges against the Janes were dropped. Soon enough, the network disbanded. With abortion now legal nationwide, there seemed no point to it anymore. But the political, cultural, and religious wars over abortion have not ended. Roe v. Wade's provisions have been steadily chipped away by state laws that ban the procedure after a specified number of weeks, or impose mandatory waiting periods, or effectively forbid online purchases of those 2 things I mispronounced earlier. Most states require that a licensed doctor prescribe the drugs. Many insist that a clinician be physically present when the medications are taken, a mandate that can create hardship for, say, rural women living far from abortion providers. Despite such barriers, do-it-yourself efforts endure. In 2015 alone, Google had more than 700,000 searches for self-induced abortions, many of them for ways to, quote, buy abortion pills online. I'm sure a lot of our listeners did that.
Yep.
In the thickest of legal and political issues, the consequences for real lives are sometimes obscured, much as the identities of Roe and Wade often are. Roe was Norma McCorvey, 5 months pregnant in 1970 when 2 Dallas lawyers picked her to be the plaintiff in a challenge to Texas's anti-abortion statutes. The defendant was Dallas County's long-serving district attorney, Henry Wade. Ms. McCorvey, who died last year at 69, had that baby, a girl, that she then gave up for adoption. Later, she went through several religious transformations and became an ardent opponent of abortion rights. It seems safe to say that most Americans are unfamiliar with all that, let alone with the generic Roe's first name in the case. It was Jane. So I thought that, number one, scarily timely, and additionally giving you a lot of information that I think a lot of people, like everyone knows Roe v. Wade, but a lot of people don't know even a couple facts about it. And also just a reminder, like that this wasn't that long ago. There's a lot of things that are happening that are very weird now in culture that were happening like in the 60s and 70s. We talk about with comedy a lot with like Lenny Bruce getting arrested, and this Jane Collective. I was like, oh, this is like happening when our parents were not even kids, when they were adults. So it's very strange.
Yeah. And I always just hearing the news constantly talking about how everybody's now in the government trying to overturn Roe v. Wade. It's very terrifying.
Right.
Because if a woman wants to end her pregnancy, she'll figure it out. And an unsafe abortion, an illegal abortion, is usually not as safe because you don't know where you're getting the pills from. You don't know, if there's any complications that arise. And that's why making abortion legal is, the way to go.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey,
today's show is sponsored by Talkspace, the online therapy company that lets you message a licensed therapist from anywhere at any time. Can't imagine fitting another appointment in your life? Well, with Talkspace, therapy is as easy as sending your therapist a message. No commutes, no judgments, no leaving the office. To match with a perfect therapist for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy, go to Talkspace.com/GWF, enter code GWF, and get $45 off your first month and show your support for this show. That's GWF and Talkspace.com/GWF. I do want to also give a quick plug to Talkspace because a person I know who's been using them for a very long time was telling me that they have this suicide watch program where somebody from the therapist that you talk to or somebody from Talkspace will text you And if you don't respond within 24 hours, they'll call the police.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good program, and they care. And they give a shit. So, yeah, Talkspace.
And then our second sponsor for today is Daily Harvest. It says, please kick off the read by sharing what keeps you busy these days. I think it's funny to read the notes.
I know, me too.
I mean, what's keeping me busy these days? I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it's watching Impractical Jokers. Sometimes it's staring at a wall. Sometimes it's leaving my phone at home and taking Alfred for a 3-hour walk and then being like, oh man, sorry guys, I was taking my dog on a walk and it just happened to take 3 hours. And then sometimes it's going to perform comedy, and then sometimes it's picking out a Halloween costume. Okay, so that's that. You got a sense of my life. I don't think anything there was surprising. So when I need healthy fuel fast, I turn to Daily Harvest.
Oh.
Daily Harvest delivers perfectly portioned cups of frozen organic fruits and vegetables directly to your door. All you have to do is add water or your favorite milk to your cup, then just blend or heat and enjoy. Daily Harvest's new savory harvest bowls are an amazing healthy dinner that's faster than takeout. And their new plant-based, ready-to-blend protein smoothies actually have me excited about gym days.
Hell yeah.
I actually like going to the gym anyway.
Me too.
Each of their dessert-inspired flavors pack in at least 10 grams of protein with no chalky powders. I've talked about this before. I like all the Daily Harvest cups. I've honestly never had one that I didn't like. Well, except for ones with almonds, because those ones will kill me. So I give them to Krystyna.
Girl, don't eat those.
The ones with almonds and cherries are toxic for me. That's an allergy, though. I'm sure
you gave them to me after my breakup, and you're like, you need to eat.
And because I was
thanks, Corinne.
You need some sustenance there. And it's great. Yeah, exactly. Like if you're like hungover, if you're sad if you're lazy,
horny,
and you want something that's going to actually fuel your body, which is so important, something I've been really working on recently, just fueling it so that I don't feel lethargic. I like their sundaes because they're like fruit, and then they mash it up and they're like, just kidding, this tastes like ice cream, but it's really fruit, you fat bitch. So I like to do that. If you want to eat something healthy and fast and convenient, go to daily-harvest.com and enter promo code GWF to get 3 cups free in your first box. Again, that's promo code GWF, like guys we fucked, for 3 free Daily Harvest cups at daily-harvest.com.
You guys, we are bringing the Bridget Bishop tour to 2 more places. We're going to go to Chicago. Those shows are sold out, but we are playing right outside Chicago, Rosemont, Illinois. We're going to be at Zany's Friday, November 16th and Saturday, November 17th. There's 2 shows each night. The early show Friday is sold to fuck out, so you can't go to that one, but come to the other ones. And we're going to be in Winnipeg, Manitoba, in Canada. That's 3 adjectives.
I know. It's like there's so many words in the Canadian places.
I know. We're going to be at Rumors Thursday, January 24th through Saturday, January 26th. We got 5 shows. Go to sorryboutlastnightcomedy.com/tours for all those ticket links.
And then New York City, or if you're going to be in New York City on Thursday, November 8th at 10:15 p.m. at the East Village location of New York Comedy Club. Just recently opened. It's on East 4th Street. Rosebud Baker and I are going to be co-hosting the first ever live podcast recording /show with some fantastic surprises and some weird competitions. It's going to be like fucking psychotic. That's 10:15 p.m. Again, Thursday, November 8th, as part of the New York Comedy Festival. You can use code LONELY for a discount. Dress in Sleazecore. And also, as always, if you're not in New York, you can listen to 2 Less Lonely Girls, a weekly Justin Bieber / celebrity podcast. It comes out Mondays on iTunes and Spotify.
And if you're in New York City, Saturday, December 2nd, Wendy Starling and I are doing the next Glamapus show that evening. The last Glamapus show. These shows always sell out. The last show, Wendy and I open each show as characters, Nina and Simone, and because the venue is this beautiful jazz bar, and we had a crazy fucking show this past week. We fucking took an AIDS test. We fucking made some girl call her mom and tell her she was pregnant, and the mom was like, "Okay, cool." And she's like, "Wait, really?" And then
was she really pregnant?
No, we were just
you're like a Halloween
let's
prank.
Do a spooky prank. Oh, tell your mom you're pregnant. It was really fun. So the next one's Saturday, December 2nd. You should come. You guys, we have a couple more ads, and you can get through it. You can do this. I believe in you. Stitch Fix. Stitch Fix. That was a slogan I just made up for them. Regardless of your style, it can be easy to fall into a rut. Wah, wah. Then, when the temperature rises, you have to change your whole fashion strategy. Is this a summer copy? Yeah, it is. Ugh. Oh, whatever. Stitch Fix can make getting dressed for the winter easy and fun. Whether you need to get through wedding season because your friends love some cold weddings, or survive the chilly frost and still be office appropriate. You know, those sweaters are pretty slutty. Just tell Stitch Fix your sizes, some information about your lifestyle and your preferred budget, and one of their stylists will send clothes, shoes, accessories picked just for you. Each Stitch Fix box contains 5 items that you can try on at home. You only pay for the shit you want. And if you don't want it, that's fine. Stitch Fix covers shipping costs. They literally send you in the box a giant envelope. You just fucking drop it off at the post office. It is very easy. There's no subscriptions required. You can get a monthly fix, quarterly, or whichever one you prefer. I fucking love Stitch Fix, and I use it a lot, and because I don't like shopping. It gives me hives. I don't really get hives, but I get hives like in my brain, and I don't like it. And so I really love the idea of trying on clothes via someone, a stylist somewhere in an office, just sending it to you in a box, because I'm a lazy bitch. Get your first fix now at stitchfix.com/GWF and get 25% off when you keep all 5 items in your box. That is stitchfix.com/GWF to get started with Stitch Fix today. stitchfix.com/GWF.
All right. And once you have your Stitch Fix on your body, you can make dinner for yourself or someone you love. Guys, support for today's show comes from Blue Apron. You know them. You love them. If you've never heard of them, you've probably never listened to a podcast in your life.
What are you doing?
Blue Apron delivers fresh, perfectly portioned ingredients that you can use to cook incredible restaurant quality meals in as little as 20 minutes. That's kind of it's a little longer. Right to your door. I just want to be honest. I mean,
we keep it real on Guys We Fucked.
well worth it. But
oh yeah, it's great. It's fresh ass food, man.
Carve out at least 35 minutes. Just choose from
I'm a slow chopper, okay?
Why am I also? Yeah, because I'm doing it by hand.
I know, it's hard.
Maybe if you have a machine or a friend. I don't have either. Just choose from a variety of step-by-step chef-designed recipe options, all with insanely delicious flavors. Then get rid of your grocery list and let Blue Apron do the meal prep for you. And it's great because then you're not going to have like a bottle of cumin that you're never going to use.
Yeah.
You're going to have like a little packet of it, and you're going to use it, and then you're going to be like, that's a taste I might not necessarily need again. And then you can just move on with your life, you know? You're just like,
bye.
Seasoned salt? Okay, I like that one. That's one I never knew before. And it doesn't actually just taste like salt. I was like, what is seasoned salt? Salt with pepper in it? Nope, just a different thing. Whether you're looking for quick and easy meals or a full culinary cooking experience, Blue Apron has you covered. I like Blue Apron a lot. I love cooking. I love being able to follow a recipe and then for the rest of my life know kind of how to make that thing almost from scratch, which I can do. And it's also great because I was able to try foods from different cultures, which that's something I probably wouldn't have tried because it seems like a lot scarier than it is. Just because you're like, you're like, I've never used these kind of spices before. I've never used this. And now I'm fucking doing it. I made a curry this weekend, just like from my mind.
Wow.
So thanks, Blue Apron. I felt confident enough to go into Whole Foods and buy a curry paste.
Hell yeah.
But you don't even need to do that. And it was heavy to carry home. So just get Blue Apron instead. Guys, check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free at blueapron.com/GWF. Again, that's blueapron.com/GWF to get your first 3 meals free. Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
Oh shit, you guys. If you love discovering new products, if you're always on the hunt for the next best thing, then you've got to try FabFitFun. FabFitFun is a seasonal subscription box with full-size fashion, beauty, home, fitness, and wellness products delivered 4 times a year for just $49.99 a box. It's great for discovering new brands and products that you could actually use because everything is in full size. No more paying for samples, bitch. FabFitFun is a fantastic value. Many products' individual value is more than the entire cost of the fucking FabFitFun box. FabFitFun is a great gift to get yourself because who loves you more than you, right? I hope so, girl. And makes a great gift for a loved one.
I fucking love when my FabFitFun box comes because it's like Christmas and no one really sends me packages anymore. So like when it comes, I'm just like, I forget that it's coming, and then it comes, and then I'm like, this day got so much better and I'm a little less lonely now. I have this cute coffee cup.
Not a great week to ask for packages.
Corinne Fishe, she's got jokes.
I was like, be careful what you wish for there.
But FabFitFun ain't sending me no bombs. Just bomb-ass lip chap and fucking bomb-ass lotion and bomb-ass Chrissy Teigen cooking shit. Sign up for FabFitFun today. FabFitFun boxes are amazing and always sell out. Use our code GWF to get $10 off your first box. Go to FabFitFun.com to sign up and start getting the box for a life well lived. Use promo code GWF and get $10 off your first box. I already said that, but they want me to say it again, bitches, because somebody don't know how to use a rewind button. That's over $200 for only $39.99. Go to FabFitFun. Oh, I'm good at pronouncing shit. .com and use our code GWF. And again, you get $10 off your first FabFitFun box.
Wait,
Boom.
did you really get Chrissy Teigen cooking stuff?
Well, there was something about it in the first one. And I was like, oh, she cooks.
I love her.
Yeah, you didn't get it? You got it.
I didn't see it.
Maybe it was included in the newsletter. It was something about Chrissy Teigen.
If it was words, yeah, I didn't read it. Gotta be honest.
I ain't got time for no words.
Anytime I open up any of my box subscriptions, I open it up, I take all that paper, throw it right in this recycling bin, and then get to the good stuff.
Get the goodies out.
I'm not here to read.
Guys, we ain't here to read.
This is not book box. I'm not interested.
Don't give me no book.
Oh, man.
So just a quick note before we get into personal stuff. On last week's episode, man, the episode heard round the world, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of opinions.
Like literally around the world. Like everyone around the world, like listen.
In a time of important political news and societal changes.
You're telling me. Snap, snap, girl. Snap, snap.
Love our listeners because their opinions.
Man, they'll tell us when they don't like shit.
Their opinions were really intense about the Rosie Rebel episode. It was polarizing. So many people said it was their favorite episode of all time. They loved it. They couldn't stop laughing. They're going to listen to it again when they get high. And then the other side, much like, the Republicans and the Democrats were angered, wanted refunds for something that is free.
Oh, it's free and they want a refund
as
for
a
it?
reminder, saying that they take the show seriously and they expect the guests to do the same.
Oh, they do?
They couldn't listen to it. They were disappointed.
Oh, you couldn't listen to it?
And to that, okay, so first of all, to answer your annoying ass questions, and like we got like personal emails being like, "Hi, I'm a concerned citizen, and I would just like to request that Rosie never be a guest again."
Oh my god, because I was gonna have her on every fucking episode. I'm so glad someone said that to us.
Like, who the fuck are you,
bitch? Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you?
It's like, obviously, everyone's not going to like every guest. And to answer your question, no, she was not drunk. No, she was not high. If you want to fucking know, nosies, she actually, and she posted this today, and like, with like a much more level-headed than I would do if I was her. But I'm getting angry. Like, I'm just getting angrier on her behalf. But she has ADHD, and she forgot to take her Ritalin. And so that's why.
That's it.
So anyone who was upset.
I knew that, though.
It's literally because she has ADHD.
Don't ADHD shame, you piece of shit.
Yeah, so no, she wasn't drunk. We actually, the only time in history when we had an actual drunk guest on, I think we got drunk for like one Best Friends episode, and then Shane got drunk. But it's like also like, Shane had nothing to gain from it, so if he wants to get drunk and talk about the time we fucked for a week, like that's his prerogative.
Yeah, we didn't really know he was drunk until like he started talking. We're like, oh, bitch, you drunk.
We actually never drink on the podcast, and we also take it very seriously. Just like you don't get drunk for your job, we also don't fucking drink more than like one drink unless sometimes in Vancouver when you
gotta
when you
have no other choice.
When we're performing, we take this very seriously, and just keep in mind these guests are coming on. They're not getting paid. They're not really getting anything out of it. It's one thing if you trash us because we walked into this. This is
we asked for it,
and we're getting paid now for it. So I guess it's a little that I can wipe my tear with like $1 bill or something. But like these guests,
a $2 bill. Come on, have more confidence in yourself.
These guests are taking time out of their day and telling really personal stories on a very public platform. People get really nervous to do the show, and then right under their fucking picture that they're tagged in, you're gonna trash them. Like, if you want to have a conversation about the podcast as fans, I absolutely totally understand that. Go to fucking Reddit. That's what it's there for. Don't do it on a tag thing.
Yeah, bitch to Reddit.
Where these people see it. Like,
get a thread.
Jesus
Start a thread.
Christ.
And then see how many people care about it.
I know it's hard because if you've never been talked about like publicly time and time again on social media, but it's
what's that like?
It's real shitty, and I really expect better from our listeners when we have a guest on, and we never, even when guests have different views or or perhaps sometimes a little degrading towards women,
which has happened.
We never try to make them look stupid or make them feel
that's terrible.
Yeah,
you guys, the world needs more kindness, and you can be a part of that movement. Okay, don't be a dick. Just don't be a dick. A comedian tweeted the other day about how like the internet has allowed everybody to say whatever they want without getting punched in the face. Because like, we say some shit back in the old days when I had to walk to school. If someone didn't like it, they punch you in the face. Yeah. So now you can just go wah, 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 wah. And everyone's like, yay. And it's like, no yay, no yay.
Yeah.
Nay.
It's really interesting because people who aren't kind of like in the public eye can say whatever they want exactly without repercussions. But then those of us who are in like a more performance-based thing, we can't say jack shit. Literally 140 characters can ruin a career that you've worked a lifetime for.
Oh, yeah.
And so, just keep in mind, and I'm very protective of the guests we have because it's so nice of them to come on and tell their stories. And the podcast would not exist without them sharing our stories because, Krystyna, we only have so many fucking stories. I'm
not fucking, so sorry.
It's also, it's like our pussy's gonna fall off.
Or it's just gonna dry up and die.
So, and again, I'm not saying like you can't talk about it. Of course you can, but just like,
there was this one girl who commented on my Instagram, it had nothing to do with Rosie's episode. And she's like, I just couldn't stand listening to this. So whatever the fuck, I'm not quoting her directly, but then other people, I love when other people like yell at other people for me on my Instagram comments because I'm like, I don't feel like it right now, unless I got like a real sick burn up my sleeve. But she kept on replying, and like I just couldn't listen to it. Like I guess if the last 20 minutes didn't suck, let me know. I'm like, you know what? Just don't listen to any of it ever. Can you not? I don't care. Just stop listening. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
The arrogance and the ego.
As if every episode is curated for you.
The unearned ego
princess
some people have about their opinion is, you gotta check yourself. And no one's around to punch you in the face anymore because you're saying it on the internet. But man, reflect, you guys.
And also, like, Rosie was one of our most grateful guests. She was so excited. She wrote us a fucking thank you note. She's an amazing person. And part of what makes her amazing is that, she's not like everybody else.
Yeah.
And so maybe reflect on that yourselves.
Man, those bitches sitting at home. There's some bitches sitting at home right now going, she talking to me.
I just get
she is, bitch.
It's like one thing to say shit about us, but don't say shit about the fucking guests.
Yeah, just don't be.
Pisses me off.
You can help yourself. You really can. You think you can't help yourself? You can help yourself. Go outside. Look at a tree. Look at a bird. Pet a dog.
Oh, God.
Swat a fly. Don't comment on my Instagram about an unrelated picture about how you didn't like the interview. I don't care. It's rude. You're rude. And I just want to take a second to remind every single person who's living in the United States that Tuesday, November 6th is election day. If you are over the age of 18, please, pretty fucking please, fucking vote on Tuesday, November 6th. Okay? If every person in America between the ages of 18 and 25 voted in this midterm election Tuesday, November 6th, you could change the entire course of this country and make it a place that we are actually proud to live in. Research the candidates in your area using reliable news sources, multiple reliable news sources. Do your own research and vote. There are ballot measures coming up that people can vote for depending on where you live. North Dakota, Michigan, you guys are going to be voting on whether or not you want to legalize recreational marijuana. Other ballot measures include ones on abortion, Medicare, taxes. So there's some really important things happening, but you have to go out on Tuesday, November 6th, and you have to vote to find out what is on your ballot, who is on your ballot, where you vote, all of that information, directions, whatever you need, go to vote411.org. Prepare yourself, educate yourself, and fucking vote Tuesday, November 6th. Vote411.org. Did I ever tell you the story about when my best friend and I, Melissa, were in Cancun? I didn't tell it on the podcast. I don't know if I ever told you in real life.
I mean,
we
I
met
know
these guys.
I think I know where you're going. Yes,
We met these guys,
Yes, I think
and they were in for business. They're doctors, and we met them at a club, bar, whatever.
Yeah.
Melissa was single, and I was with Steven. And we met him one night. We had like a good time. I'm like, that's so weird. Like, I do not expect to go to Cancun and have a conversation with a guy and be like, oh, you know, that's not the place I go to do that.
Of course.
And then the next night we hung out with them again, and then the one guy, I started to like the guy that Melissa was with, and I was like,
yeah, I remember that.
So and then I kind of like, I was ignoring the other guy, and I was like, yeah, whatever. And then that guy that Melissa was kind of paired up with it turned out he had a girlfriend, and I was like, damn it. So we went back to our hotel in Cancun with these guys because, you know, whatever.
That sounds safe.
Yeah, so safe. Well, they were real big. I had to pay like $150 for them each, and I was like, ballin', and I was drunk, and I was
What
like,
do you
you know, because it was a resort and no one could be on the resort, I'm like, excuse me, that's my
to get
cousin.
them in.
Yeah. I'm like,
Oh.
all right, whatever.
Otherwise it would be parties
Fucking rules.
nonstop. Yeah.
I guess. And so I remember then Melissa ended up with hanging out with the guy that I was originally paired with. But then, so me and this guy that I liked, we both had significant others, and she was not feeling this other guy. And she was like, Krystyna, I'm tired. And I like pretended not to hear. We got into a huge fight the next day, and I yelled at her, but then I was like, I'm just mad at myself, Melissa. I'm so sorry. And she's like, it's okay, but like, stop. And but this guy and I it was just weird. You know how like it's so rare for me to be attracted to somebody?
Yeah.
It was just instant. It was odd.
Uh-huh.
And I remember we lied in my bed in Cancun, the hotel in Cancun, and like, but on polar opposite sides of the bed, like as far away from each other as we could.
Right.
And we're like, this is weird. I think you're really hot. And he was like, me too. I forget exactly what was said. And then Melissa was like, I'm tired and this sucks, Krystyna. I'm like, oh yeah, sorry. I was just being such a terrible friend. And so this guy he lives in another country. And
Not Mexico.
England.
Okay.
And it's a British man. And they were in New York City. Him and a bunch of his friends were in New York City this week. And he messaged me, and I was like, man, I haven't thought about that guy forever. He's like, oh, I went to a comedy show at the Knitting Factory, whatever. And I thought, whatever. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I was like, oh yeah, he's kind of hot. And I've been going through a little dry spell. And so
3 days.
No, since I last talked to you, nothing to report, Corinne. Reporting for duty with no news.
That's like a week though.
No, but add that week to the 3 other weeks. And
I know. I just like to roast you about
I know. And so I was like, oh wait, and I forgot like how much I thought he was attractive.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
Back in the day, yeah.
And I forgot like how hot I thought he was. Like it wasn't visceral to me. So I was like, maybe we'll hang out. I don't really care.
Right.
And then I was doing this comedy show that involved pole dancing and stand up. And I was like, oh, if you guys are around, like you should come to the show. And he's like, actually, yeah, we'll come. And they all came. And then Melissa joined in and my friend's staff, and we all ended up hanging out. Also, and his friends are awesome. They're so
cool.
sweet. And we went to a couple bars and we went back here. And I was like, I think I'm gonna fuck that guy.
Right.
Cause like I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a girlfriend still. Like I don't know, why would he message me?
Oh, I hope
he wasn't like, hey, want to fuck? Like it was just so, it was friendly. It was completely what's that word when it's not fucking
platonic?
Yeah, that one. I know words. And and so we're at my apartment. It's late at night, like 7 of them and then 3 of us, and we're all and I'm like, Melissa, does he have a girlfriend? You have to find out. She's like, I don't know. And then we were like talking, and then eventually some of the guys, they wanted to go back out, and I was like, nah, I'm good. And so every single person left except me, that guy, and then their friend who had passed out on my couch. He was snoring.
So Melissa left too?
Yeah, Melissa left.
Okay.
She was tired. She just didn't want to go out anymore. And so I was like, I think are we gonna fuck? Like, and then I was like, his fucking friend's over there snoring. That's weird. Like, that's rude. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then I learned, have you ever, this never happened to me. And I know guys use the term blue balls, and I know that people have a problem with that phrase, but I get it. I was sitting here like, I'm about to fuck this dude, and he is so hot. Mm-hmm. Girl, getting fucking, yeah, go to Dicktown, baby girl. Go to Dicktown. And then it turns out that he does have a girlfriend. And because I think Melissa like texted me it. And I was like, I didn't ask him. And
he certainly didn't offer the information, it seems.
He didn't.
Interesting.
And I'm like, dude, and I couldn't tell. It seemed like he still wanted to hook up. I don't know. I didn't know that, but I was like, I am so fucking horny. And this beautiful man is sitting on my green chair. And I can't fuck him. And then his friend like started waking up and was like, we should go. And I'm like, just leave. And they left. And I was like growling like a goddamn lion, stomping around my apartment for hours because I was so horny and I thought I was about to have sex and I didn't.
Yeah.
And oh my God, I was so mad. And so that's where I'm at. How are you?
Did you masturbate?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
I went to masturbate and then I guess I fell asleep before I could finish and I woke up with my vibrator in my hand.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
And then I was like, wow, I don't even want to fuck me. That's cool. But I was just tired. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna call a sex worker again.
Oh my gosh, what the?
I'm like,
I don't. Maybe it's something
every
about British
fucking
people.
guy that I'm attracted to either has a girlfriend or has a wife or just met a better girl. Well, that was only one instance. But still.
Option 3, I can't. But I was like, do you think there is something though psychological about liking people when they have a girlfriend or a wife? Like because
I didn't know he had a girlfriend that whole night. If he did, I would have ended it because that I can't.
Maybe there's something about those guys that it gives off like they're like because there is something different about
something.
Yeah,
they're attracted to me too.
Well, and they're also like more together, and especially if they're in a long-term relationship, they're truly better at like handling women, which is not. I know that's not the statement, but I'm a woman, so I can say it.
I'm a horse.
I there really is, and I mean there is something too. That's why you never look for wedding rings, but like as I always said, like I look for a wedding ring. That's the first thing I do when I'm attracted to a guy, so I know if I could turn my brain off or not. But so many women are even more attracted to people if they're wearing wedding rings.
I can't. Nope. That goes against every. I just
agree,
can't.
but I'm just saying there is something to it. So even if it's not like knowing that they're in a relationship, it's kind of maybe perhaps the behavior of someone who is in a long-term relationship is different, and then that's something you're attracted to. Because that's a weird pattern.
Maybe it is, and I've been asking my therapist. I'm like,
especially in New York when there's so many single people.
There's so many people.
Yeah.
God, I felt like my body was on fire after he left. I'm not obsessed with sex, but when I don't have it, and I'm saying like a week or two goes by and I don't have it, I get angsty, I get angry, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, for me, it's the opposite. I was like, if I'm having it, I have to keep having it. But once I get past like a couple weeks, like I just don't even think of it for like a long time.
Maybe that'll happen to me.
I mean, I don't know. Can't remember how long, but and then I'm like, oh yeah. Hey, old friend. Yeah, for me, what did I do this week? Well, Halloween, I guess we'll have passed by now, guys. It's a great holiday. I really love it. I did dress up as the Joker in a full custom-made latex outfit that I did have to lube my entire body to get on. I didn't make that up. That's how you get on latex. Or you can use powder, but the lube
just reminded
seemed easier.
me. I bought a red jumpsuit a la Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again video, and I put it on and I lubed myself up because it was latex. I ripped it.
You have to be so careful. There was like a huge page like of notes, and like I paid a lot of money, and like it was perfectly measured for me.
Oh,
so I was
$45.
like, I will fucking. You don't even want to know how mine was. Okay, it was $600.
Whoa, she loves Halloween, ladies and gents.
But it's
her favorite holiday.
Because even when I was broke as shit, I remember one Halloween I paid $300 for a woman to make me a custom She-Ra outfit on eBay, and my mom like fucking tore me a new ass. I mean, I was an adult, so she really didn't have any say.
Was it worth it?
Yes, it was. It was phenomenal.
Hey,
I love Halloween. I love Halloween.
You gotta spend money on what makes you happy.
I don't know
guys.
what to tell you. Everyone needs to lighten up. Why so serious? The Halloween thing. And then other than that, just spending a lot of nights alone crying. Okay.
Oh, crying? Oh, girl, you come over, we'll cry together.
Well, I was like, because I did.
I'm not crying. I'm just horny.
I had to take my own advice eventually because I was feeling like I was too. I wasn't healing properly from my breakup, even though it's been like over 6 months, I think, at this point, because James and I were talking so frequently. So I was like, bitch, take your own fucking advice. Wrote a goddamn fucking chapter about this in a fucking book. Are you dumb? Because that's how I talk to myself.
I read your chapter about breakups after my breakup, and I gotta say, that shit helped. I fucked.
I was like, which I know it seems like an aggressive way to talk to oneself, but it works I need self-love.
Yeah.
So I did. I like blocked him in that because it just kept popping up at inopportune times. I'm like, I can't be about to go on stage and then fucking see a thing, and then I was connecting thing, and I'm too good at sleuthing.
Yeah, and you could tell if someone's seeing somebody, if he's fucking
I can
somebody.
Tell exactly, and I don't want to have rage against people I'm going to see on a daily. I just don't need that, and it's it's kind of like disappeared from you. So it's just I can't.
Yeah. Even though banging someone in the comic.
We'll talk off air, and then but he doesn't even live in New York.
It's a free world.
He doesn't live in New York anymore.
Oh, okay.
He's just like a man on the road, and then so it just felt like there was no kind of like, it's just like, someone lived down the block from you for 2 years and then all of a sudden they're just fucking disappeared, and then you're like, oh, okay, will I ever see you again? I don't know. And then,
but I'm not going to see you on the internet.
Yeah. And then he noticed within a good amount of time that I had blocked him, which made me feel better.
I was going to say, how amped were you?
Very excited. I was very excited. But it's just, it's just like, it feels very, so it almost feels like I'm like going through the breakup now.
Oh,
I don't know. It's just weird.
You went through it.
I went through it.
Do you think you went through it as intensely?
I had a month before I talked about it to anyone, like including like 0 people knew. Like it was weeks before my mother knew, before Tommy or Paul. Like I just didn't tell anyone. I mean, I was like,
you process it on your own.
I just need to sit on my couch and like get through this by myself for a little while. Especially because the breakup before had been, as everyone knows, so public.
The birth of guys we fucked.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's not great, but it's also, and then you're also like, just want to like you want to somehow transmit with your brainwaves what you want the other person to do, and you're like, well, I can't.
You ever like have a connection with a guy that you feel like if you close your eyes and envision them, you feel like they're there? You could kind of see them and feel them.
I don't feel like that they're like they're in a physical sense, but I absolutely have like have had like what I call a cosmic connection with people, where like I can know, like the moment I think of them intensely, like a text comes through, and this is not people that I'm texting like nonstop all day. I'm talking about like we haven't talked in 8 hours, but then the moment I always know.
Yep, I have. Yeah, I want that to go away. It's fine. Let's read an email.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so this email you were mentioning in the first article, or the article that you read, the news story about Jane Doe's. This email was actually, this girl made a fake email address to email us. It was like, and she signed it Jane Doe, and the email was just like, not my email, whatever.
Oh, weird Jane connection. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. The subject is, a cop pulled out my tampon. Yo, I'm not using my real name or email because of what I'm about to tell you guys. You know you guys are awesome, so let's get to this bullshit. My parents live about an hour away from where I go to college, and I went to see my mom and visit my friend. On my way back, around 9 p.m., I got pulled over. The police officer was a typical asshole-looking cop who takes his job a little too seriously. Power trip. He got to my window, asked the usual question, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" I said, "No, I didn't know why you pulled me over." He told me he has a drug dog, and after driving past him, the drug dog showed signs of smelling drugs. For real? Drug dogs smell drugs in other cars?
I think that's something that people say.
Sounds like it. I willingly told him to search my car and my pockets. He searched my car, tore it to shreds, then took his dog through it. There were no drugs in my car, nor on me. I am literally on probation and got drug tested the day before. Anyways, he then made me do the bullshit drunk walking tests. I blew into a breathalyzer and nothing. Then he decided to search my body. He did the normal searches, then moved his hand directly into my vagina. Ooh, okay. I was on my period and had a tampon in. The cop accused me of putting drugs in my vagina, and I told him, "Sir, I am a 20-year-old female. My vagina is bleeding and there's cotton in there." He did not believe me. Oh, Jesus Christ. While in the middle of the highway, he forcibly pulled down my pants and underwear and proceeded, to feel my vagina, then pull the tampon out of my vagina. After that, he attempted to force me on top of his car as though he was going to rape me. Luckily, another police officer pulled up behind him, and he screamed at me for being inappropriately dressed. The other police officer asked for the details, and the first police officer said, "Nothing, check is done, I'm letting her go." I am mortified and genuinely triggered, as I have been raped by someone in this kind of authority before. In parentheses, she wrote military. I called their office and tried to explain the situation, and they offered me no help, and I am unsure what to do or how to deal with this. Jane Doe. Wow. Ooh. I don't know. I'm mad. I didn't read that email before reading it out loud, and I'm very mad. I know that you want to be anonymous, person who wrote this. But if you're listening and you want our help, let me know what fucking precinct this motherfucker works in. I'm curious if there was a camera. There has to be. I'm fairly certain.
Yeah.
He has to have a camera on his fucking dash.
Yeah, I was like, I hope
they all have dash cams.
I'm not sure if you got his badge number, but that's the key. I mean, anytime something, because I completely understand. Police officers are scary, even when you're just getting a regular pulled over, not to mention when you're being assaulted by a police officer.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry this happened.
But while Krystyna was reading that, I quickly, because I was like, I'm pretty sure it's illegal for an officer of a different sex to perform that.
Yeah.
So I looked it up just to clarify.
And there was no reason for him to do that.
Well, that's beyond.
You had no fucking drugs on you.
That's always so difficult
mad.
Because, and I guess it's a reason to. I mean, read up on we can do a whole law episode. We should, if you're a female only, please, police officer, and you're interested in being on the show, I think that would be a great episode to kind of run us through, because I think the average everyday citizen, myself included, doesn't know their own rights.
Right. My best friend Melissa has had to tell me my own rights before when we have been out and about and a cop will come up to us and ask us questions. She used to work with the police in her old job. So there are some good cops. There are some great cops. And I think Dave Chappelle had this bit. I fucking wanted to write a bit about this for so long, and then he fucking wrote a way better one than I would have written about how, like, a few bad eggs with the police officer thing. And it's like, you would never say that with a pilot, because if you get a few bad eggs flying major airlines and you get an airline crash, there's no room for that. So why are we being sloppy with who we're fucking hiring to protect citizens,
right,
who are abusing their power? It's fucking disgusting. That is so fucking disgusting. Oh my God, I want to punch this guy in the fucking dick and then cut it off and then feed it to rabid dogs and then watch his dick getting eaten by rabid dogs and then stick that chewed up dick up his asshole. But that's also assault, so I wouldn't do that. But I'm very mad.
Okay, so I was looking it up. It's just because, and I think the first one was, I was like, I can't. Is this U.S. or London? Because it said something about London. But basically, this is for Pennsylvania. So basically, a male officer, if you're female, a male officer can do a search of like your top layer, like they can take off a coat or something like that. But once it gets to layers beyond that, it has to be someone of the same sex. Who is
my God.
Doing the search.
Yeah.
Which is immediately what I thought, because I was like, fucking
and
like,
a cop's not gonna pull it on your fucking underwear when you're on the goddamn highway.
Well, and also like TSA has to be the same sex. So I'm like, I'm sure police have to be for a pat down. And even when female people do it, makes me feel fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So this, I mean, just so many things. And I also don't know like why this person wasn't working with a partner. Most times when they're doing, not always, but a lot of times
I've gotten pulled over by singular cops.
Yeah, I was thinking,
I was like, hi, officer. He's like, I don't care. You were going 90. I'm like, that's fair.
Yeah, and so I mean, this is incredibly
This officer
illegal.
should not be working. And a lot of times when police officers overstep their power and they, shoot an innocent black person who's just fucking existing, or they take down a young woman's underwear on the side of the highway and pull out her tampon. A lot of times when these officers get fired, they're like, oh, PR nightmare avoided. And then they go work for another district. Cops who have murdered innocent people work in other districts. I'm like, you're not fixing it.
Throughout history, the police are in cahoots with the mafia. So I'm not really, it's not. I mean, I think in America, the police system is actually a lot less corrupt than in other places. Like my friend lives in India and he's like, holy shit, there, it's out of control.
Yeah.
But I mean, people are taking bribes 100%. And this is not everyone. Of course, there are good cops and there are bad cops.
But I don't care. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done being there are good cops. Everyone knows we're not idiots. There are good cops.
But I mean, like, you also need, cops are important. You need people that you can trust. You need people that you can be able to call if you're in duress. And it's like, if you're assaulted, who the fuck do you call? Because then people who are supposed to protect you from assaulting you, and it's just a lot.
So to this woman who wrote us this was a recent email. You just sent us this.
Yeah.
And If you want to email us and let us know where were you? What road were you on? What day was it? Let's
who'd you call, please?
Stranger things have happened. I feel like we could
for
help
sure.
you out.
Because even if you want to stay anonymous,
your identity doesn't matter.
Absolutely, we're not going to say that. But I mean, I think it's something, especially in a time when people love getting on the internet and talking about, Rosie Rebel. Maybe we can use everyone's big mouths for a greater good.
You direct your anger towards this shit. And actually, when we posted that on our Instagram, sorry about last night, we post every Sunday 5 subject lines from our inbox. And we don't post the person's email address. We just post a subject line. And a fucking girl responded to that and goes, "Oh my God, a cop pulled out this girl's, me too." And I was like, what?
Yeah, that's not a thing.
What the fuck?
That's not a thing, guys. Like if you are being admitted into prison and
they have to do a cavity search.
They do a cavity search,
same-sex officer.
and it's the same sex officer. So that's different. But it's like if you're pulled over,
oh my God,
and someone, you do not. And also, I mean, I think with searching, how can you when do you know just say no? Jesus Christ, we need someone on here.
I know. Well, I guess Melissa, please. But my phone's over there.
Yeah,
but she would know that. It might vary per state, but she's very good on cops don't have the right to fucking ask you these questions, so don't answer.
For sure. So we'll get, and again, if there's a female police officer who would like to come on the show, you can absolutely be anonymous. I think it's just information that would be really excellent for us to have, for our listeners to have, and for everyone to have.
Everyone listening, let's all play superhero and fucking get this cop fired and arrested.
Yeah, I was like, get him fucking put in jail for assault.
Not just fired, because fired means, I'm going to go to the next town and work for that one.
Yeah,
fuck you.
It's like, everyone
you fucking deserve to be in jail.
Every Hollywood, actor's going to be in jail, but also, what are the chances of coming in contact with like a police officer? These people need to be fucking in jail too.
Yep.
Let's just maybe put all men in jail. No, that's not true.
Corinne.
My brother, my dad don't have to go to jail.
My brother, my dad don't have to go either. Okay. But this police officer does. Fuck off.
Oh my God. Okay, so today, that's a long ass intro. We're spiraling.
Yeah, well, I'm mad.
So this week's guest, very exciting. We normally don't have repeat guests. You first heard this guest back on February 14th, 2014, when we did a Valentine's Day special called "Have You Gotten Your Dick Sucked?" Man, we are artists. And he was a virgin at that time. Something very special happened in his life, ladies and gentlemen. He's back on the podcast. He's our friend. He's a comedian. Please welcome Ray Goose.
10-10, night vision, the Ray-Bans. Pour a couple millies out for the Sandman. Judy Garland's and black cats and bitches taking shots, dropping it down, down, down. She knowing that she hot, pulling up a Sesame girl in a black bikini. She said 11 out of 10, you're a fucking genie. Unbuckling, pushing buttons and switching hands. Feel like the man in the elevator, Elisa Lamb. Call up Bobby cause she's steady looking like a model. Call up baby cause she's sipping liquor out the bottle. Unfollow, chasing ghosts that will never swallow. Waka, 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 tripping off all that she got. High off of pushing the pole of it, aching for another sip, losing all control of it. Take another hit, tongue tied to her moves. Watch how I'm making a swoon. Diamonds all over my mind, sober like half of the time. The baddies are harder to find.
All right, we are here with Ray Goose.
Hey, who gives a fuck?
This is a return guest. We very rarely have return guests on Guys We Fucked, but let's start by like reminding people your story, because you were on like several years ago, kind of at the beginning of Guys We Fucked.
I think it was February 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And
because it was kind of known that how old were you the first time you came on? Do you remember?
33.
So you were 33. Mm-hmm. You had not had sex yet. It was kind of like a lot of the comedy community, like I think you've expressed this too. That was kind of like how they defined you, like as a virgin.
Yeah, a lot of people defined me like that, and they saw that above my comedy and stuff, and like my persona.
Did they know that about you because you did it in your comedy, or did you talk about it in conversations?
When I started doing comedy, I talked about it a lot. I didn't even have a joke. Like when I first started comedy, I would just pause and be like, "Hey, everybody, I'm a virgin," and the audience would laugh.
Right.
But then as I got more experience, I'm like, well, I mean, if you stop and go, "Hey, everybody, I'm a child molester," the audience is gonna be, you know what I mean? The audience is gonna be shocked. Yeah, LOL.
Just shock humor, yeah.
Yeah, so I stopped doing that, and then I noticed like if I met girls after shows, they weren't really that interested in me. So I started like I changed my jokes around to be more mysterious, to be more like you can't really tell what experience this guy has. But I would talk to a girl after a show, and if a comedian got jealous, he would run up and be like, "Hey, that guy's a virgin. Help him out."
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What a fucking twat.
And the conversation would just end right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
What a twat ass move. And but that's interesting though, because I would think a girl would be excited for a virgin, because it's very rare that women get to take a man's virginity.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've never done it.
I know. No, you would. I think in my 20s, maybe. My 20s, I had like no balls. I really didn't talk a lot to girls. In my 30s, I got more like I got more out
Confident,
there.
yeah.
But once they realize you're a guy in your 30s and he's a virgin, I think that's just too much for them to overcome.
They think maybe something's wrong or
Yeah.
weird or okay. I get it. I mean, I guess that's why the 40-year-old virgin movie was made.
Yeah, and why it
that's
was
the
so
time.
funny. And then I remember when that movie got made, I said, I'm not going to reach 40. I'm not going to become that title. Whatever I have
And
to
you
do.
didn't.
Yeah. Whatever I have to do, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's funny that girls weren't interested in you in person when they found out you were a virgin, because you said after your appearance on this show, you still for many years got messages. And like, can you walk us through kind of like the things that people would say to you?
Yeah, what kind of DMs were you getting?
Yeah, it was weird. 'Cause,
Offerings
like,
of puss?
Yeah, some girls did. Yeah,
Oh,
but this is
nice.
back when my parents were still alive and I was taking care of them, and I couldn't just get on a plane and go to California. But there was a
Right.
girl in California who was like, "You're totally my type."
Oh, wow.
But she had like 3 kids.
Well, she's experienced.
There was
You're
a
a virgin.
girl-
She has kids. We all have our things.
There was
Yeah.
a girl in Pennsylvania who
Oh,
who was about to get married. She was, well, if I wasn't getting married, I would totally hang out with you. And I was like, well,
okay.
that's not really gonna
Wow,
happen.
thanks for letting me
Yeah.
know that.
And there were a couple other girls, like one woman from another country that listened. The funny thing about your show is, maybe you know this or other guests, people tell me, I started listening to it, but then I went to the archives and started listening to it from the first episode.
Binging.
Yeah, and they would come onto my episode and message me and stuff. Did you
Oh,
lose? Yeah, a lot of
nice.
female, just a lot of females in general.
We have had tweets and emails about you, like over the past couple of years, like just
Yeah.
asking, and then I'm like, I never really. Whatever happened to Raymond? So okay, so you are how old now?
I'm 37.
37.
Yeah, gonna be 38 in January.
And Corinne sent me a screenshot of your post about
Yeah.
how you announced that you were no longer a virgin.
I mean, truly the
It was
work of
amazing.
an artist.
Oh,
I
thank
laughed
you.
my ass off.
Thank
What,
you.
what did it say exactly?
Sex ain't that bad. Yeah.
So it's just to paint a picture for the listeners, it was one of those Facebook updates where you can change the color on the background.
It's just you type things over a piece of colored paper.
So it was just like purple, and it just said "sex ain't that bad," and then everyone went apeshit on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because this is, anyone who's been friends or worked with Ray for all this time. Obviously, this was a big life event. I feel like we all shared in this milestone with you.
Yeah, and my one friend, because I was with my one friend, said, don't just wait till you get on stage. And I'm like, no, because here's the other reason why. After your podcast, a couple months later, Elliot Rogers shot up all those women.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait to see where this connection's going.
Yeah, where you going with this, Ray?
There was this big push that there's something wrong with men who have not had sex yet.
Involuntarily celibate.
And that they're
Incels.
And I just felt like, what if there's some 18-year-old kid who's fucked up in the head and he thinks he's going to become another Elliot Rogers? So I wrote an article for Salon about how like life isn't that bad. I was really enjoying my life at that time.
Were you enjoying life and planning to murder women?
No, I wasn't doing that.
Could
No.
be doing both.
Yeah, I was like, what was the title of this article?
Yeah.
They made the title "The 33-Year-Old Virgins."
Oh, that's nice.
Life without sex is not torturous or something. I don't know. But it didn't do anything because the incel movement now is bigger than ever, and they consider Elliot Rogers a saint.
Really?
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
that doesn't shock me, but
The article was a big waste of time, and so that's why I announced it right on Facebook, because I want to change the algorithm to Ray Goots had sex rather than Ray Goots is a 33-year-old virgin.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you seeing articles for like Viagra now and shit? Or
Yeah, did
like
your whole world
fleshlights?
change?
Not yet, but soon. But that's why I keep posting about it because I want to write another article where I'm like, I was wrong. Life sucks without sex. You should totally have it right away.
So you do think life sucks without sex?
Yeah, now that I have it, I
Right?
think, yeah.
And once
I
you
think
get
it
it
is-
in,
yeah, it's like-
hard to stop, right?
When you go without it, I mean, I can see how when you don't know what you're missing, it kind of doesn't Like it's not like I wasn't really like dying to have sex before I had sex.
Yeah.
But now that I've had sex, I couldn't go that long without having it.
You know what I really resent is that I had girls I was interested in, and I get like if you're not interested in me back, but there were also girls who were like kind of like my friends, and they were like, I always want to be there for you. And a couple of times I pitched to a few.
I was going to be there for you, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's in my pussy.
Yeah, I said, hey, and I wasn't gonna fall in love. I didn't have feelings, so I'm like, hey, can we try sex out?
So
I
okay,
mean, that's a big ass.
that's a
I know.
big jump
I know,
between.
I know.
Do you need help moving to Brooklyn?
No, I know.
That's a big ass.
Well, no, because some girls will say something like, in a couple years I can see myself marrying you. You're such a good guy.
Oh.
Stuff like that.
Oh,
and I was
okay.
like,
Well, then that's
Yeah, I'm like,
okay. I think that's welcome.
well, if you think you're gonna marry me in 5 years, can we try? Oh no,
don't you want to fuck?
yeah, because
Test it out. Test drive it.
They would act like sex is such a huge moment. They were sex is not to be taken lightly.
That's
Maybe
because
be-
they're women.
Yeah.
They're women, and maybe because you were a virgin.
Yeah.
You know?
And they made like this big, huge. They made it almost like. Do you guys play Zelda?
Absolutely
No.
not. Do you think
Okay.
this is the Zelda crew? Come on, right?
Okay. Well, do you guys still Star Wars?
Read the audience. Nope.
I have color-coded books, and that's about
Well, they
as
made
much
it sound like
as
it
I
was the
get into
final
books.
level in a video game that nobody could beat. They put that in my head.
Oh, I see.
And I said, and when I had it, it was like, it's not that big of a deal. It's like a thing.
It's not, and it's a need. It's a biological
Yeah.
need for sure. And I think, like Corinne was saying, like once you start having it, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I gotta fuck again.
Yeah, but it was like fun, but it was also like, at first I was nervous, but then like after I started having it, I was like, this isn't that big of a deal.
So, okay, can you describe everything
That led
leading
up to it?
Like, give me all
Okay.
the
Leading up to
juicy,
it, every
fucking
moment.
wet,
Okay.
bonery gossip.
I'm so curious because this is really interesting because it's been so long. I mean, how old am I now? 33. Lost Virginia at 18. So it's like that's a long ass time.
Yeah, fucking.
Since I remember most of it, but like not every moment.
Oh,
Okay.
that's true. So you remember your losing of virginity more vividly than most people.
Well, it happened only less than a week ago. So
Yeah.
that's why
This is hot off
and
the
that's
presses.
that's
Yeah.
the beginning of your novel. That's the first
so you want me to
sentence.
start from the beginning? When
Absolutely.
Okay. So my parents died.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bray, I'm not horny. Come on. No, I'm
sorry.
kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry. They both died?
Yeah, my mom died in front of me, and my dad
Oh my
had a
God.
stroke.
But that was about
3 years ago.
I was
My
like that
mom.
was several years. Okay, yeah.
And my mom. Well, after my mom died, I went out there more. I was more aggressive to dating girls. It was more aggressive telling girls how I felt. There was one girl I was seeing, and then she revealed that she was seeing my friend behind my back.
Whoa.
And instead
Oh, that's
of
a
me
big
like
reveal.
just letting it go, and I confronted her and said, you really hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
That's not aggressive. That's just honest.
That's
FYI.
I was never honest before. Like
Okay,
I would
yeah.
let girls hurt me, and I would just be like, okay, we're
Isn't
still
it funny how when you were never honest, but you are now, it does feel aggressive.
Yeah.
I totally understand
Yeah.
that, but it's not aggressive. You're just being honest.
But I was just like more like assertive in myself, and I thought I was on the path to having a girl, and it was just me and my dad alone. I was taking care of my dad, and my dad got very upset when that article came out that I was a virgin, especially because they wrote about it in Mexico, and he's from
What?
Mexico. Yeah. And
They
he
wrote
lost-
about it in Mexico, like it got picked
He
up
got,
by
he
a
got a
Mexican
coverage in a
publication?
Mexican newspaper.
Oh.
And he got very upset because he's from Mexico and he lost his virginity at 12.
Well, goddamn, Dad, we all can't be
I
stallions,
know.
okay?
Yeah. And he used to have like kept whip. He used to be like almost like a gigolo in his 20s. Like
He had
had like
kept
cougars.
women?
What does that
Wow.
mean?
He had 2 or 3 women paying his bills. And he would go from their apartment to apartment until he met my mom.
Well, he had like sugar mamas.
He had sugar mamas. That's what I
What a
meant.
G.
That's what I
Okay,
meant.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And so it would upset him because he felt like it was like shameful for the family,
He
or
thought he thought I was having sex because I used to have a couple of female comics come over to write, and he thought we were having sex in my room. And I went, our house is really small. You would hear. Why would I have sex with them in my room while you're in the other room watching Telemundo? Like why?
Yeah.
You would hear that. I thought you were quiet. And
I love that this is reverse. You're inviting girls over to like study in quotes, but like
You really are.
you're actually doing
Study,
that.
yeah.
You're not fucking.
yeah, and he was really, especially I'll just say her name because she's my friend, Krystyna Galston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, why else would you hang out with a Puerto Rican woman unless you're gonna have sex with them?
Oh,
And he could say that because he's Mexican, so
he's
it's fine, you guys.
Mexican, Yeah. So then when he died, and he had a stroke in December on the operation table. He was never the same. He couldn't eat, he couldn't drink, and he couldn't move. And for 2 months, he was like in sheer agony. He didn't know where he was. And then he died. And I wasn't with him when he died. That messed me up. He died overnight one night when I was, but I was, when my mom, I was with my mom the whole time. She was in a coma for a month and then she died.
Oh, my God.
And my mom's thing she used to say to me, like, take your time with a girl, but my biggest fear is that we're going to die and you're going to wind up alone. And I was like, that's not going to happen.
Wow, Mom, no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. And then my dad was like, I just wish you had sex or something. And
Your dad said he wished you had sex?
yeah, he said, what's wrong with you that you didn't have sex yet? This is back from the article.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
That made me feel really bad.
And also, how did it make you feel when your mom said that? Because being alone is not a curse. It's fine if you're alone.
The reason why I lived upstairs, and actually, Jesus, there's a lot of death in this episode. My aunt, I had two aunts who lived upstairs, who were very religious.
Did they both die?
My first aunt died 5 days after my mom died in the house. And then my other aunt died 2 weeks ago in front of me. But they were religious and alone, and my mom didn't want me to wind up like them. Like my one aunt never had sex, Aunt Irma.
Oh, okay.
A guy hit
For
on her.
religion
A guy hit on her in
reasons?
1942.
Oh my God, she'll never forget that.
And she said, I never went back in his car.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Ray. All right, so
But
you
what is
had some
going on in your
obstacles.
what is going on in your family? I mean, that's to have two virgins of that age is. I mean, that's quite.
My uncle Buddy was a virgin. He died in 2013.
Okay, so what's going on? This is
It might
crazy.
be in your blood, Ray.
Yeah,
like the
this is-
fact that you lost your virginity at this age is probably like pretty miraculous.
Well, yeah.
maybe?
Well, my parents were promiscuous before they got married, and who knows what happened after they got married. But my mom was married to somebody else. Stuff. These weren't people that I was blood related to. They were my step grandfather's brothers and sisters. My
Okay.
grandmother left my grandfather for this other man and had a kid with him, and that
Wow,
was there. And
you're
they-
either one or the
and
other
they
in your
held
family.
that against my mother and my grandmother for the rest of our lives because how dare
Jesus.
they thought my grandmother was like a seductress. She was like a little old lady.
Oh, there is no middle ground in
No.
your family.
No,
you're
yeah.
either
So
a
they
virgin or you're a
totally-
whore.
Yeah, either a virgin or whore. Yeah, so my mom didn't want me to wind up like them because I did like grow up around them and they took care of me and stuff. You know, when my mom
Okay.
was at work and stuff. So she
Did
didn't
they
want
ever talk to you about sex?
No.
They didn't try to,
no.
like, push
The only thing
their-
they said was, even my aunt said, you better find somebody one day. And
The virgin aunt?
But my virgin aunt did force me to go to prom. She goes, if you don't go to prom, you're going to regret it. And I think in her head, she was like, I don't want you to wind up like me as well. I wasn't going to go to prom. And she was like, you have to. You're going to go to prom. I'm not going to buy you anything ever again. So.
See, this is weird because this reminds me of a good friend that I had in middle and high school, and her mom did end up raising her alone. Like the father was kind of out of the picture, and I remember she was always so obsessed with this girl from like age 12, like having a boyfriend, and it made my friend act out in such a weird way where like she was a really smart, talented girl, but she spent so much time obsessing over dating people that it was weird to everyone else.
Yeah.
Like it's just not that big. You're 12. You
Yeah.
don't need a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like her mom would like drive her places, like on dates and stuff, and like put a lot of pressure on her.
Yeah.
The weird thing is when I would meet a girl, my mom would get excited, like, "Oh, I can't wait to have her over and stuff." And my dad would be like, "What's the rush? What's the rush?" My dad would be like, "What's the rush?" But then my dad got mad when I wrote that article about.
That's a
being
lot of conflicting
Yeah.
information you were
Yeah.
getting from your family.
Now, were you living with your family by your choice, by their choice? What was the situation?
It was by choice at first, and then around 2008, my mom got really sick, and then I started taking care of her.
Okay.
And but I really did I wasn't like screw them. I really did like them. Even when they were healthy.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I like
Yeah.
my family too, but like just to, to live, it's not
But
common
also,
to
like,
live with your
yeah.
family this old.
But also, like, I'm right across the street from the R train where I live, and
Oh yeah,
I'm
Brooklyn,
doing
Queen. Where do
com-
they live? Where do they live?
we lived in Astoria.
In Astoria.
I still live there.
Okay, yeah.
So, like,
I always-
convenience.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I always say,
And I'm
like,
doing
man, if
comedy.
my parents had an apartment in Manhattan or Brooklyn or Queens, I'd be like, it's a hard offer to pass.
Yeah,
up.
it really is. Because what am I gonna do? Am I gonna live with some douchebag comic in Bushwick, paying all this rent, when I can just live with my folks and get right to the Lantern or wherever I was doing stand up?
Yeah.
And also, I had a really, fuck them. I had a really shitty job at Caroline's. They were paying me next to nothing.
Yeah.
My mom wouldn't let me quit. My mom had this idea, and I had to keep telling her this is not ever gonna happen. That I'm gonna be seating the room because I was the manager there, and this agent's gonna be like, "You seat the room so great, you're gonna be on Sunday Night Live." I don't know. Like somebody's gonna be like, "You're such
she
a nice."
thought that was like an in for
You're
your
such
career.
a nice guy that I'm gonna get you on Saturday Night Live or some shit. I go, that's never
That's
going
not
to
how it
happen.
works, Ma.
They literally don't realize the staff exists.
They don't even look
the agents
the
and
staff in
managers.
the eye, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they don't even know you exist. All they're looking is at the stage, and she would start crying and be like, "No, someone's gonna help you." I was like, that's not how it works. Sorry, I don't mean to.
No, that's a lot. That's a lot
Yeah.
of pressure for you.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And it's like you love your mom and you want to.
Yeah, and I would try to explain to her
because of that.
how horrible people are in this business.
Yeah.
And she just was like, "No, there has to be somebody good somewhere." I'm like, "There really isn't. There's nobody good."
I mean, I would say there's someone good
a
somewhere.
couple.
Yeah,
But probably
no
not.
one's gonna be like, we should. Hey, all those comedians in the show are really funny, but you know what? We should give the manager.
Yeah,
Comedy
that's just
Central.
not how the industry works.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
I
hard
couldn't
thing
do
to grasp.
stand up because I was there 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that much stand up.
Are you an only child?
Yeah.
Okay, so your parents, you were their like shining star.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted the best for you. Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
Totally.
All right,
110%.
so everyone in your family
So-
pretty much dies.
So everyone just dies. And it took me a while to get my dad's estate in order. And while I was going to I got really depressed because it was the first time I was ever like really alone.
Yeah.
And I went and I got a dog.
Oh, good call.
And then my aunt was still around, and I said to my aunt, "Hey, let's decorate the house." And she said, "Okay." And I started decorating the house for Halloween because I never did that before.
Yeah.
And
Like a homeowner.
And then
Yeah.
she died.
Oh, god damn.
And then I was like,
maybe it's you, right? No, I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
And then I was just sitting there. I'm like,
Why is everyone
I've waited
dying?
all these years, and I'm not. I don't want to be alone. I want to be with somebody one day. But this virgin thing is always going to be in my way.
Yeah.
So I've got to get rid of it, but I've got to guarantee that it's going to go away. So,
Like you're talking like a mob boss right
Yeah.
here. I'm gonna guarantee no one ever sees
I wanted to go somewhere where it was safe, and I was 100% going to get
somewhere
rid of it.
meaning like in a vagina, like.
Well, no.
I think he means a brothel. I'm guessing.
What happened was
I'm
I went
excited.
to the bunny ranch.
Oh, that's so smart. That's
Yeah.
a very
Yeah.
Like the
Oh.
legit TV bunny
Yes,
ranch.
the legit TV.
Right, you went to the bunny
Ray.
ranch. That is a great
You-
decision,
You
Ray.
waited, but you went hard.
Yo,
Yeah.
you went good, Ray. Your parents will be proud of you. That's a good
I'm
move.
jealous.
Me too.
Yeah, I went to the bunny ranch. But
Oh my God.
Here's the craziest part.
You flew to the bunny ranch to lose your virginity?
Well, me and my friend went to Vegas on Monday, and we hung out in Vegas, and then we drove from Vegas to Carson City last Tuesday.
yeah.
So I couldn't drive, so I paid for him to come.
And you knew this was the plan the whole time. This was the reason for
This
going
is the
out
reason
there.
I went to Nevada.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay.
What sparked this plan?
Because I wanted to lose my virginity. I didn't want. So I said, well, the fastest way is to pay for it. I don't want to get a hooker in New York. It's boring, and I don't know.
Sex worker, but whatever. Yeah.
Sex worker. Okay.
I say hooker too. it's
And
fine.
I figure, this place is safe. They're all tested. It's
Yeah.
been on TV. If I have a problem,
They're going to
They're in the
operation at the
entertainment
Scrubs
industry.
Hospital.
Well,
Yeah.
you're right. Your instincts are right. If it's illegal, prostitution, then that's some of the safest. I mean,
Yeah.
their business is their vagina.
And
They
I was
keep it
thinking to myself,
safe.
I want to
Good
see the
instincts.
country. I want to see Death Valley. Plus I want to get away from New York comedy scene. I just want to get away
Yeah.
from a lot of things, all the death in my house.
Yeah.
So I could
Yeah.
have a girl come over and give her money and
You should sage your apartment.
What?
You should put some sage in your
I
house.
know I
Just
should.
to,
'Cause there's too much. I'm
Yeah.
having a house party this weekend just to get rid of all the feeling of death and Jesus. And,
Hey, friends, you come over. Get this death air out of
Yeah.
the boy.
Really funny.
but I was just thinking to myself, where was my point? Yeah.
How you came up with this?
Yeah, I want to see a different part of the country. I want to get away. So let's go to the bunny ranch because it's in a beautiful part of the country. And it really is.
Yeah.
Carson City, Reno is mountains everywhere. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And I said, let me just do it there. So that way it's guaranteed and that's it. But
yeah.
Yeah, but here's the kicker. So we're driving last Tuesday. We left Vegas at 11 a.m. It's an 8-hour drive. We're on the road and we're in the middle of the mountains and we're just blasting music and we're just really wow, this is a great country.
I'm
we love
gonna get
America.
fucked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
I get a
fucked.
text from my other friends. Dennis Hoff dies that morning. He died on my way there. He's the owner of the bunny ranch.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Ray, you should see like a healer or something.
Yeah,
And my friend
that's
goes-
weird.
my
That's
friend goes,
weird, Ray.
God must hate you because we thought we were going to get there and they were going to be closed.
In mourning.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
Dennis
in
would have
morning.
wanted it open.
Or all
right.
the pussies would have been dry
Well,
because
we
they're so
call-
sad because Dennis died.
Yeah, well, when we got there, a couple of girls were crying. And they had like a little purple candlelight vigil
Are
for
you
him.
fucking kidding me,
That's
Ray?
really funny.
That's
Yeah.
really funny.
Yeah.
This is an indie movie.
I know, it really
P.S.
is. And because we called ahead of time, and we're like, is it going to be open? Because I don't want to get there and it's closed. First of all, I would have live streamed if it was closed. If there was a police tape and everything.
Oh my
If you
God.
had driven across the country and oh my
to
God.
lose your virginity
Yeah.
and the owner of the establishment with which
Flown
you were
across,
hoping
yeah.
died.
And he died, I think, in the building.
Oh my God.
And
my
Ron Jeremy
God.
found his
You know
body.
what? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's a lot of layers, man.
That's a lot of layers.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
layers.
And I didn't realize at the time, but he was the sole person who had the license to have legal prostitution.
Jesus Christ.
So I think they got shut down like a day or two later, or they're in the process right now of being shut down because they have to reapply for everything.
Oh,
So I was like
Jesus.
Indiana Jones, right? In the Raise Little Star, when he
Yeah,
slides
you
underneath the door.
escaped it. Yeah, just the last minute.
Second, yeah.
So okay, so you hear this news, but good news is they're not closed.
Yeah.
So you're driving there. What are you thinking?
I'm
Are you asking your friend about sex, or obviously he knows?
I figured I figure like they're gonna know what to do because they're experts.
They're pros.
You
Like,
just
have you? Yeah, I mean, have
And
you like
they
read
are.
books or like on the internet?
I
I mean,
watched
you watch porn. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I watched a little porn before I left and stuff. Yeah.
Were you someone who regularly consumed porn over
Not
the years?
really. No, my porn is like peach. I'm not really. I don't have like I'm not really like a really dirty. Like I don't like. Oh yeah, fuck her in the
Not
ass.
yet, Ray.
Not yet. Yeah.
Do you like
Not yet.
anime
Not yet.
porn? I
Ray,
can
No,
see
no,
you.
no.
Don't underestimate yourself, Ray. You
Yeah.
could turn into a freak. You just don't know yet.
I know it was. Yeah. So. No, I didn't. I watched a little bit, but I was like kind of like I kind of feel like I was gonna go in there and be like, hey, this is my situation. They're gonna be like, we got it.
Right.
Yeah.
They'd be amped as fuck.
Yeah. So we got there like around 1 a.m. and it's
Wow.
like,
Nice and early.
yeah. Well, it's 24/7.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, and it's pitch dark, and all
Okay.
you see is the Bunny Ranch sign on. And we
So
ring.
cinematic.
It's like almost like a Castle Frankenstein. You ring a bell, and you wait. brrr, They buzz you in. You enter. There's this girl in sweat. She looks like she's been crying, in sweatpants.
Because that guy
the guy
died.
died.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
also, I didn't know they probably were all like, we don't have jobs coming up. You know what I mean?
Oh my
Yeah.
God, Ray, you really caught him at a shit time.
I know, yeah. So they go, wait here. We're going to bring the girls out. So the first girl comes out, and I go, hi. Don't talk to them. This is what the lady says. Until they all come out. And I was like, okay.
She was really fed up with men.
Yeah, she was really fed up with it. Yeah. So 5 girls came out, and they all say their name. Hi.
Like
First
Mickey
name
Mouse
only?
Club.
Yeah, like the Mickey Mouse Club.
Hi,
Yeah.
Justin.
I'm Tiffany.
Yeah.
I'm Krystyna.
Yeah. And then
Were they smiling? How did they look? What was their demeanor like? Were they sad because their boss died, or were they
they
excited?
looked like I interrupted them in a game of Monopoly. And they just, or something. Like they were just like, hi, I'm Krystyna. Hi, I'm, and
I mean, but are they fully done up though, or they just like look like
they're
girls
like
hanging out in their house?
They looked like they were. They looked like they were having a pajama sleepover.
So what were they wearing? PJs?
like
Sexy
like
PJs?
sexy. Some of them were in lingerie. One of them was like in a t-shirt and like underpants, but they were all like underdressed. They were all like looked like they were dressed for bed. Basically.
Scantily clad.
Scantily clad. And the one
Scantily clad
the one I
casual
picked,
bedtime.
Yeah, had like a little like black shirt, see through with like black panties on.
But was it like going to bed in the movies where you still have a full face of makeup and your hair's done, or like going
Yeah.
to bed in real life where you're
Where
like
you're, like,
busted?
busted as
movies
fuck.
bed. Movies
Movies
bed.
bed,
Yeah,
okay.
movies bed.
Because
Yeah.
I was
You
like,
wanna
to show up to work prepared.
If you're going to the Bunny Ranch, I expect
Yeah.
I expect full face
And
coming
I thought there
out.
would be more girls than 5, but I think some of them had reservations because I didn't realize. But you can make reservations if you found a girl on the website.
Oh, I thought they had reservations about
Against fucking
coming
you.
out
Yeah.
to see Ray Goops.
Yeah, no, well, they didn't even know
Well,
my
that's
they didn't
rude.
know my situation yet. So I picked because I've always had a thing for like girls in their early 20s. I didn't know she was 20.
Oh man, you
No,
what a unique
for
characteristic.
girls in our 20s. Now, question: when you got there,
Yeah.
did you explain to the person?
No, they said don't talk to me either. They just don't.
Oh
wanna-
my God,
They
they,
don't want to
were
talk
kind
to
of
you.
rude to you. Honestly, that's not.
Well, I mean, let me get their boss just died. I'm sure if any comedy club,
Very
like if
understanding,
Emilio
right?
got shot in the head, the staff
oh
wouldn't.
my
be,
God!
And they're dragging his body out. The guy, hey,
Sorry,
where's the comedy?
Emilio. Sorry, Emilio.
Well, you know what I mean? You know,
I
like,
gotta knock on
Yeah.
wood or something. I don't know. Okay.
yeah. I mean, like if an owner of a comedy club died, the
Right.
staff wouldn't be like, "Woo, let's have a party." Well, maybe some.
Let's
comedy
make people
clubs.
laugh. Well,
some comedy clubs
maybe
they might have a
eventually,
party,
but yeah, not right away.
Some owners aren't that great, but
And how soon after did he die that you're there?
he died at noon.
that day.
Yeah, the same day.
So we're talking
In the
13
building.
hours
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
The Goots Mobile pulls up.
I'm in the right place. Guy just died in this building, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm killing everybody. Everybody had to die in order to be. It's like a massacre.
Everyone did have to die for
Yeah.
you to get fucked. That's
Even the guy who like legalized prostitutes, because now there's a worry because he was running for an assemblyman or something. But there's a worry that his opponents are going to overturn and make it illegal.
oh,
again.
and that could be that's
my
very.
God.
Oh my
So-
God.
72 non-virgins have to die so that Ray can get one pussy.
So I picked the girl, and they show you around, and she goes like, "These are sex toys. You can buy one or rent one." And in my head, I'm
Rent
like,
one.
Rent
Oh
one.
no,
Rent
no,
one.
Who's renting?
no.
Who's
There's
renting
not
anal
enough
beads?
cleaning
Yeah,
solution in
I
the
know.
world.
Who's like, yeah, let me rent those anal beads.
Ah!
They rent anal beads.
Well, yeah, they had all any toy.
I mean,
you
now
can
I,
imagine.
I know that
Yeah.
logistically, I know that you can sterilize them, but boo.
Yeah.
Anal beads actually seems like one of the better things to rent because there's nothing like that can get inside them. You know.
Also, people
There's
get poop
hole.
transfers medically.
Well,
What?
People get other people's poop in and like put in their body of healthier people. Yeah, it's like a whole thing if you Google
Oh.
it. So you know, maybe it's
Yeah.
not that bad. I don't know.
Yeah. So and then she said, "This is the Dennis Hoff wall." It was like a wall, like a tribute to him. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry for your loss." She goes, "Thank you, but you know he." I go, "I thought you guys were gonna be close." Well, he would want us to keep the good times rolling.
Oh boy,
I didn't really know him that well. She was only there for about a month.
good.
Yeah.
she was still happy. Okay.
But
So now can you describe this girl? She's in her early 20s. What
Early
else?
20s.
Oh, I need
hot. What's
Picture
her
painted.
Long black hair, small breasts.
Okay.
Not that small. I would say like A's leaning towards B's. Really great ass.
Okay.
Nice,
but
nice.
kind of short. She
Nice.
looked. I mean, it looked like a girl you would see waitressing at a comedy club.
I mean, it
basically.
sounds like me.
Yeah, it almost. Yeah, it's kind of almost like you.
I was like, girl, waitressing at a comedy club. That's me.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, actually, you know what? I could see it. Yeah, she does. Actually, no, she does kind of remind me of you. So sorry to be weird, but the moment you
that's
said
nice.
that, I was like, yeah, like your type. Yeah, body type. And
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
And she was almost too nice. That's why, like, I kind of feel like she's not gonna be long for that world because she's almost too nice. You know.
I mean, what,
yeah.
I mean,
How do you mean?
a big part of that, I think, is like men do want women to be nice to them. Like that's part of the payment.
I just felt like no. I just felt like I almost felt like I was dealing with like another comedian or like a girl that I was working with rather than.
Oh,
a
I see. Like
prostitute.
it started to feel familiar.
Very familiar.
in the
Yeah, but she was
okay.
So then we have to go into a room and negotiate, and
That's when you negotiate.
yeah, you negotiate with the girl in
and
private,
just her.
just her,
And
just
you,
me and her. Yeah.
and you're negotiating money and
money and what's going to
knows-
happen.
Yeah, what's going to happen?
And-
Okay,
Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Now, is there a boardroom table or
No, we just sit on her bed.
there was a bed? Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
we just sit on the end of the bed.
Okay.
And she goes, okay, just so you know, I don't kiss. And I'm like, that's fine. And
Wow.
and she goes like, but if you pay a super extra fee, I will do that. And I'm like, well,
How
I don't
much
want you to.
is it?
I didn't ask. I was like, well, I don't want you to kiss because isn't that how like we could transmit the diseases? You know what I mean? Like,
I guess
It's possible.
real romantic.
yeah, I know. I go like because she goes like, you know, and then she goes like, well, what do you have in mind? And I go, well, and then I told her the whole story. I just told you, but a
Yes.
little bit in condensed.
Yeah,
and
you
I
didn't
could-
tell about all the people.
I did tell her everybody died, and then
Oh.
I could kind of see her head kind of explode because I
You really laid it all
Yeah.
down there, Ray.
because
This is the best foreplay ever.
she's 23 and you know she's a month into this. And I'm coming in and be like, hey, I'm a virgin and you need, and I go, we're not leaving this room until
You said that.
I said, I don't want to leave this room until I'm not a virgin anymore.
Oh, and then she
Okay.
said, help. And then she pressed the,
She
pressed the
she
help
pressed-
button.
she said, I
she
think
pulled
this
an
is-
emergency string under the bed. You're like, why
and
are these
she was
cops
like,
coming in?
And she was like, no, you've come to the right place. I'll totally, but I could also tell like she was trying to figure out like, you know, what am I going to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
So what else was discussed
then we discussed the price.
and how much? What was that?
That's where I kind of messed up because I didn't realize that it's a buyer's market because they, in other words, no, they know in their heads that the government might shut them down any day now.
Okay.
So they need every dollar they can.
So it's good to financially manipulate a sex worker. Oh my God.
I didn't.
Poor lady.
No, but I didn't. I didn't even negotiate. I think I got like 500. You want to know how much I paid?
Yeah, I'm dying
Yes.
to know.
Okay. The total I wound up paying was $5,000.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck! Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I was stupid.
You paid $5,000.
Yeah.
How much time?
2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I said I fucked
Wow.
up. I went in with a budget of $2,000 to $3,000, and I should have stuck to that. I should have said I will give you $2,000.
It's like a wedding dress. Say yes
Yeah.
to the dress.
Yeah.
Say yes to my pussy.
Okay, well, you know
Wait.
what? I feel good for
How
this.
did-
I
did-
feel good for this
What
lady.
did she say to you to get you up to $5,000?
No, originally it was $5,000 for 90 minutes, and I said, "How about $4,000?" Like an idiot, and she goes, "Yeah," and then and then at the end of 90 minutes, because the first like getting ahead of the story, I was very nervous the first like 40 minutes,
Of course.
and I finally got out of my head the last 40 minutes, but we didn't do it yet. We didn't finish, so I had to buy another half hour.
okay, so
Wait,
what kind
was there penetration?
There
Until
was
the
in
last
the 90
half hour?
minutes, but I got like really nervous, and then like
And
I
then
had
your
bo-
dick softened? Because that happens when guys are like
my
really
dick's
turned on and
softened,
nervous.
and I think
you know.
she like jammed her knee into my side here or
On accident, right?
By accident, yeah.
Oh,
she.
that's what she says. I don't know.
That's
No,
what
I'm
she
just
said.
kidding.
It kind of she did something that hurt me, and then I said, and then we got to like we got to like an hour, and we got to like 88 minutes.
Was there a time, like a ding that went off?
She said her phone, but also there's all of a sudden there's like a little loudspeaker. And they
Clock.
go like, okay, that's it. They're trying to clear out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So before so the woman hit it, and we thought she hit him in early, but then I said I re-upped for another half hour, and then that other half hour we did it.
Wait. So it went from $4,000 to $5,000, and that last
But
half hour was
the extra
$1,000.
yeah, it was $1,000.
$1,000.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And I should have, because I'll tell you, every girl makes their own deal.
Yeah.
And I should have. There's no set price. Like
That's odd that you negotiate after you pick the person and you
Yeah.
still don't know. That's Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and
Well,
I should
because
have.
I can't imagine anyone
should have
thinks it's
stuck to
coming
the
in that.
$3,000. I mean, I don't regret it now looking back, and I kind of get what she probably was like. I'm not probably not gonna have a job in a day or two. I need to go for it all.
right, I think
she's milking that.
I think in other rooms, things are happening for like 500 to 800.
Yeah.
Yeah, another girl charged a guy $1,000 for 2 hours.
Okay.
Was she?
Yeah.
But was she? Was she cute?
Who? Which the girl that
The girl that charged 1,000.
not to me, but I could see some guys. think
Oh,
she's
okay.
cute. Yeah, I mean, I
I'm
wouldn't
just saying, like,
have- yeah.
I don't know. I would assume looks.
I mean, this
I don't
girl
know.
was very hot. This girl was very hot.
Well, Bunny Ranch is, I mean, that's a high caliber place. So, I mean,
Right.
on a TV show, no, I mean, there was definitely different types.
I mean, out of all 5 girls, only one I didn't think was that hot.
right?
The
'Cause I
other
was like,
4,
most of them
yeah.
are attractive.
Oh, that's a good ratio. Like 4 out of 5
And like
smoking
it
hot.
came down to like 2. There was another girl who was just as hot as the girl I picked. It came down to those 2, and I had to basically go with because she looked
go
more like
eeny,
somebody
meeny,
I'd be
miny, moe
friends
out
with.
loud?
So I
Oh.
picked that one. The other one looked like someone who would just kind of like if we in real life would be like, who is this guy? You know?
Yeah.
So I went with the one who I'd be friends
Very
with.
interesting thought process.
Wow.
Okay, so so walk us through the first 40 minutes
Yes,
where you're
like,
nervous.
okay. Exactly what happened.
So
How's your dick? Is it hard yet?
not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
So when we start, first you have to go in another room and pay. My credit card got declined because no, because they were like, what are you doing in Carson City
Wait.
at 2 a.m?
And also, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. So I said it makes
Gotta
sense. They didn't
update on
get
that.
angry. They all
Let
understood.
me just call Chase Bank real quick. Hold on.
I said to the
Update
girl,
the
what should I
app.
tell Chase I'm doing? And she was like, I don't know. So I was like, I'll tell Chase I'm at a club and I'm buying a bottle. And they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
At Carson
There you
City
go,
at
Ray.
2 a.m.
I mean, that's plausible.
Yeah. So
Oh
because
my
I was like,
God.
come up with a good excuse. I can't say I'm buying you. To the Chase. I don't. Chase would have been like, you're better than this. And
I don't think so.
no, I don't think so. You think
Although-
Chase would have been cool with
well,
it?
Chase,
It doesn't say
Chase
Bunny
is one
Ranch
of the
on your
banks that
credit
has.
card.
Chase is one of the banks that has just out of nowhere shut down bank accounts of porn stars.
Yeah.
with no
so they might have shut my
explanation.
bank account down.
Yeah, no, they might have.
Yeah.
You're not wrong on that.
But I got approved. But the first thing to do, and when I got to the hotel room that night, I took a shower and I shaved and I did everything.
I was gonna
I
say,
thought
I was
you
like,
said-
how
yeah.
clean were your balls?
Yeah,
But I mean, then there was a long ass drive after
And-
that.
Yeah, but no, I got to the no, we only stayed 14 minutes away from the Bunny Ranch.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Smart move.
Gotcha.
Powder them balls.
Yeah, so I cleaned everything off.
Full
and they,
bear or low bush or what'd you do?
my bush, it's like regular bush. I don't know, my bush or her bush.
Yours.
Yeah,
Oh.
how'd you shave it? Like
I
you
didn't shave it. I should have shaved it.
So you didn't shave it all?
No,
I mean,
I
super
shaved it
hairy.
like a couple of months ago.
I mean,
but-
I mean that doesn't matter, but okay.
yeah. I don't know.
Hair grows back.
For
I know.
5K, she could deal with
I mean, you
that.
do
Yeah.
whatever you want. It's
Yeah,
I'm just
paying
curious.
$5,000.
Yeah.
But I go in the room and she goes, "You have to take another shower." And I goes, "Are we already on the clock?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I'm like,
Oh.
The shower was a part of the time?
"Yeah." And
That's
I go,
how they get you.
And that's how they get you. And I go,
Quickest shower
I
he's
said, I
ever
took a
taken in
shower.
his life.
I took 2 showers today. She goes, "You got to take another one." I was like, "All right."
In front of her? Or?
No. I go in the room and take a shower. And she goes like, and the hot water takes a long time to turn on. And it was like a minute and a half.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that's
that's
so
on purpose.
rude.
Yeah. So I
And-
took like a 5-minute shower and then I got out. And then basically she just goes like, "Okay, what do you want to do?" And I'm like, "Well, I thought you were going to
You didn't negotiate that while you're talking about price?
No,
In terms
like
of-
how do you want to start?"
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, because I hooked up with this one
I would
girl.
hope she would take the lead.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Well, we can do anything you want, And I'm like, all right, well, and I hooked up with this one girl about a year ago, and she was really good at kissing my neck, but she was like very much of a prude, and that's all she would. That's like as far as she went.
I mean, I feel like you really can't say anything about that, right?
Yeah.
No. I know, I get it. But she was really good at it, and I said, "Well, why don't you start kissing my neck?" And she did it, and like the girl in the real world, like would go all over the neck and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
She was like, "Go 1, 2, 1."
Okay,
2,
I did it.
1,
What
2.
next?
Yeah, and then I said, "Okay, why don't you?"
God,
blow-
you had to dictate the whole fucking thing?
Yeah, you kind of have to like dictate it. I was like, "Okay, why don't you blow me?" So she gets out the condom. I'm like, "I don't know." And
Why don't you?
Why don't you blow me?
yeah,
That
I'm
might
like,
be the
"I guess
title.
blow me now." And then so she puts the
Guess
condom.
blow me now.
I didn't because like it's like, well, what do you?
I will say I have hired a sex worker myself.
Yeah.
A male one, and the party didn't get started until I kind of had to be like, okay,
Yeah.
so
And and she's
what are
blowing
they-
me. And she
Well, that
first,
was less clear though because it's not
Well, yeah, it was
legal.
an escort, that's true.
So like
That's
at this
true.
the Bunny Ranch there's no question or games
If you're gonna
about
fuck
or
or
being
not.
coy about what it is.
Yeah, and then here's the other thing I said to her. Like at one point, like I'm kissing her breasts, and I go, "Can we stop for a second?" I go, "Here's my problem." I said to her, "All my life, I kind of feel like a dog goes for a treat and gets bopped over the head."
no.
Anyway,
don't know that one.
If a dog keeps going for something and you hit the dog, eventually the dog's gonna be afraid of the thing.
The Pavlovian response.
Yes, Pavlovian. And I said, I feel like all my life, like every time I've gone for a girl, it's been like no or like this. And now you're saying yes, and I don't know what to do. I'm like, I'm getting nervous, like someone's gonna burst the room and be like, "That's it, it's over."
That's nice that you communicated that to her. That's very honest.
Because you're just willing for me to do anything,
Right?
And she's
it's weird for you.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I keep thinking you're gonna be like, "No," and like, "Here's your money, go away," like. Or maybe she would have just kept the money, but she was like, "No, I'm here for you. Whatever you want." She goes, "Listen, like." This can go all night long. And I was like, well, my bank account isn't going to go all night long.
Yeah.
So, but like, how long as you want to take. So I said, why don't we just talk and bullshit for a little bit?
Yeah, because I can't imagine going right into sex.
Yeah.
Even as a guy, I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah,
imagine
and I kind
a
of
world.
wish that she was really cool, and she was really good. But I kind of wish she had said like, let's not rush into sex because that's not how it works, because I've had sex before, obviously, I'm meeting her.
Right.
But, instead she was like, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
And so we just started bullshitting and talking. And,
About what?
About my dog. I showed her pictures of my dog. And
Hey, at least he didn't talk about Zelda.
my Halloween decorations. So we did talk about Marvel movies.
Aw, well,
and then she told
them.
me like what she wants to do and like where she lives and stuff.
What
and,
did she want to do?
I think she wants to work in event planning or something.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to say too much in case she has a friend that listens to this, because
she might.
she said she lives with a bunch of girls. I don't want to say where,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
outside of the ranch, obviously.
Right.
And because her face isn't on the website. There's only pictures of her butt and her legs on the website. So that's how I know she's not like, hey everybody, here I am.
Of course, yeah. Well, sex workers, it's dangerous.
But there's some
to out
girls whose
themselves
faces are on the
sometimes.
website.
Yeah.
So and we started talking, and we started talking about comedy a little bit, and she mentioned that she really liked Pete Davidson, and I said I used to do shows with him, and she said, who else was my favorite was Krystyna Stefano and Carly Aquila, and I don't understand why they broke up. And I told her,
oh wow, she knows a good amount about comedy.
Yeah, and I
should
told
listen to
her
our
about
podcast.
the story because I remember when I don't want to blow up Chris' spot, but he told me a lot about it.
When Chris was on we interviewed Chris DeStefano, and he told us the whole thing.
Yeah, I told her with the Knicks player and everything, and she got really excited. She was like, "Wow, you're really wow." And then she got more comfortable with me.
Okay, so she started to get
then we got more
attracted to
comfortable.
you.
Yeah, and then
she found out some famous people, then she got horny.
Yeah, then she got horny. She probably was like,
sometimes
if I
that's how
fucking
girls' bodies work.
I'll
I
get
was like,
Krystyna
this is like
Stefano.
real life.
I know, it really is.
Yeah, so then we started then I started kissing her breasts more.
And then in the middle, you're like, yeah, you want me to text Chris? You want me to text him?
Want to get Chris down here?
I can FaceTime him right now.
I should have said, do I get a discount if Krystyna Stefano gets on the phone? But so then we started really going crazy and having fun. And then what
does that mean?
I started kissing her breasts a lot.
And you established a rhythm.
Yeah, we started kissing a lot, and then here's the other thing too. I got more excited with my underwear on than with my underwear off. I realized.
Okay.
So I put my underwear back on, and we started dry humping.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
That's my favorite activity.
Well, it's like warmer and you feel less
Yeah,
vulnerable.
I did exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then finally, I got comfortable. I said, "Okay, take my underwear off, put the condom on."
Okay.
And she did, and then I go, "Get on top of me." And no, first I was gonna be like, "I'll get on top of you," and I couldn't see anything. My glasses were off.
Oh.
And I'm like,
was
"Wait,
this the first time a condom was ever on your penis?
no, second time."
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what was happening first time?
I got a blowjob from that chick in a strip club. I think I told. I told her on stage.
Oh, okay.
And but blowjobs with condoms on are horrible, right?
It sounds horrible. I don't have a dick, so I don't know.
I
but
mean,
it
like,
sounds
have
terrible.
guys ever complained to you?
I sucked the sex worker's dick with a condom on, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. This tastes like rubber.
Yeah, no, I
that's why they
gotta
make
have a pure
flavored
blowjob. That's my next step
condoms.
in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we put I'm on top of her. I on my glasses. Go, where do I put my dick? That's what I said. Like,
you asked her where you put your
exactly
dick?
where does it go, and she opened her legs. I still couldn't see, and I said, you know what, you better take the wheel. So she got on top of me.
You should have put your glasses on, Ray.
My glasses were on the other side of the room.
But I gotta
Get up,
say,
Ray. Put your glasses on.
even when you actually can see fine, like sometimes as someone's
never
been
look-
having sex for a long, like sometimes it is hard to even to get it in the hole.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's hard.
Yeah.
I was like, you better take. I said, you take the wheel. I said,
That's smart.
So she got on top of me, and we're doing it, and that's when the buzzer hit, and I said, we need to buy another.
Are
half
you
hour.
kidding me?
That
Yeah.
timing's terrible.
Yeah. So then you have to go back out. You have to get dressed.
Oh my
and go
God,
back out
Ray.
and run your credit card again.
You have to. They have your card. They can run it.
I know. I said, can't we just do this at the end?
They should
Like,
keep it. You should be able to be like, put it on my tab.
Yeah, you should be able to
Yeah,
hit a button.
yeah, like
no, you have
page
to
'em.
walk back out, and
Oh,
I think
that's
this is how they
dumb.
get you because you calm down again. And then in theory,
okay.
it takes a while, and we got to buy another. You know, let me buy another hour because
Yeah, you're
this
right.
half hour didn't do.
You're right.
So we go back in
Jesus.
the room, and I said, "Hey, I can do anything, right?" She goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Could you put your butt in my face?" And she goes, "Sure." You know, and I was like, "Okay, let's do that. Let's see how that works." So she did it, and I didn't like it at all.
You know what's funny? This level of honesty that you had with her, do you
Yeah.
think you would ever have that with a person that you weren't paying?
No, and that's the thing. Like, there's
That's
like a
interesting to
couple
me.
of girls in my life right now I really have feelings for, and I feel like if we went through this thing,
Yeah.
we would never have spoken again. They just would have at the end, even if
But
if
you
we,
weren't saying anything wrong.
No, but
What
it was
you're
just
asking
sometimes it
her
was
is not
awkward,
rude.
and yeah, and I kept saying I'm sorry, and she goes, "Don't stop saying you're sorry."
Oh, yeah.
She goes like, and I go like, she goes like, "You're like the nicest guy I ever had." I go, "Well, how do guys usually talk to you?" They go, "Shut up, whore," and bend me over the bed. One guy said I was too nice to him and stuff.
Weird.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be pre-talked about if you're going to.
Yeah, one guy like wanted his money back because like he said I was too cheerful. He wanted me to be.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I can only
What,
imagine.
you want me crying, begging for my rights or some shit?
Well,
and that's how you're gonna fuck
at one
me?
point she said I can be, I like being submissive. Do you? And I said okay, so I'll try being like a jerk. And I tried it a little bit, like, "Oh, you fucking bitch." And
That was
yeah.
good, Ray.
Yeah, you-
Hey, Ray got some dom in him.
I threw her on the bed because she said she likes being submissive, and I said okay.
Yeah.
And it was all right, but like I kept trying, and I was like, "All right, you fucking whore," because I said
you got lines, Ray.
act submissive, and she just kept saying she kept talking about my big cock, and I'm like,
Well, thanks.
yeah, but that's not like
Do you have a big dick?
I guess I do.
Yeah, I don't know. You know.
I mean, yeah,
You know,
it's-
guys know.
Yeah, it's
Every
not
guy with a big dick is always like,
it's not like the
"Hey, dude."
hugest, but like it's once it's fully erect, it's pretty good. So then whatever, that was like in the middle
So
part.
she puts her butt in
But
your face.
here's the thing: when I said to her, like, you know, like, can you like really talk not talk dirty, but like talk it up, and
Well, talk to her. I
like
mean-
improv, and she said two things: you have a big cock, and you're the best. And I want her to say
I
things.
mean, she's 23, and I don't know if that she's had a lot of.
And I want her to say
acting
things like
credits.
you're gonna be a headliner one day. No, I'm joking. You're gonna be.
Hey,
Gotta
you were
feed her
paying,
those lines.
you
You're
were
funnier
paying,
than everybody who got a Comedy Central special. I don't know. Like I don't know.
I mean,
Would
if that
these
had done
are
it,
lines that would
that have aroused you?
worked.
Yeah, I
I
think so.
understand if it would have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause
like
it's,
just like
um,
you're the great. You're like
It's
more
power play.
power play.
Yeah, it sounds fun.
So in the fourth half, the fourth quarter,
Mm-hmm.
she started she whispered in my ear once, and I'm like, oh, that really works.
Okay.
So I had
What'd
to
she
whisper in my
say?
ear. I had to lead her. I told her what to
Oh
say.
my God.
I said like, I asked
is
her.
a little too
I said, I'm
nice.
going to ask you questions, and you have to respond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
And I said, I said, what did I say? I said like, who's the fucking man? You're the man. Shit like that. But she was whispering and
Well,
like
that's
chewing
good to
in
have
my
like
ear.
a
Yeah.
prompt to the dialogue.
Yeah, because like she wasn't good at improv. What did
But
I
that's
get?
good.
It wasn't
That's good
UCB.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. UCB should have a brothel. So
This was the Carson.
already do.
This was the Carson City Improv troupe.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, let's improv this. And she-
I mean, improv people always
Yeah.
fuck each other. It's
and then
fine.
finally, like with the whispering, and my underwear was still on. I said, okay, go, let's do it. And she got on top of me, and
Was the condom still on your dick?
condom's still on my dick. It has to be on. It can't be off.
Right, but it never left your dick.
No, she had to keep replacing it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah, okay.
And we did it after and I came, and that was
How
it.
long did it take you to come?
Like felt like 3-4 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
After the whispering, and then I came, and then that was it. And then I said,
Did you make a noise?
No, I gritted
Like,
my teeth. I was like, I gritted my teeth. That's how I do it. I mean, I hate to be really graphic. That's what I do when I jerk
That's
off. I
not-
don't make noises.
Right, that's not graphic.
Also, I lived with people my whole entire life, so like,
Oh,
I
right,
couldn't
because
be
you
like
have to be
yelling
quiet.
and screaming.
I understand. Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to masturbate when I was younger, and I would masturbate, and I lived
Yeah.
still with my parents. I'd be like,
And
yeah.
and then I got off, and then I said we still had a little bit more time, and I said, okay, whisper in my ear some more. Let's see if we can do it again or something.
Yeah,
Or maybe
yeah.
you can suck my dick. And then
suck
she
my
whispered
dick.
in my ear, and she sucked my dick, but I wasn't really feeling it at that point
yeah.
because
I mean,
That's
is
a-
there
the
is there
con-
a rebound period for you like
Yeah.
that quick? I don't know. I mean, some guys it
well,
is.
we had.
but-
I wanted to get all my time. I wasn't going to sit there and.
well, right. Well, I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
what if you like? I don't know. Did she come or probably not?
I don't think she came.
Yeah.
I think she just was like.
That's not about her, but
I don't think
some girls have magic vaginas
Yeah.
and they can come.
I was very nervous at the front because again, the other thing was nervous. I was never that naked for that long with somebody I didn't know. Oh,
Really?
Here's another weird part. So she's jerking me off, right?
Yeah.
We're both naked, and
You have the condom on when she's jerking you off.
No, I said, can you jerk me off without the condom?
Yeah,
I mean,
because
come
that's
on.
fair. That's fair.
fucking. Let's just.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
she's doing that, and all of a sudden, I hear the bathroom door open and shut, and I go, "What the fuck?" Right?
And the bathroom is right off of the room you're
bathroom's
in?
in the room.
Oh.
It's like a hotel room with a bathroom. And she goes, no, it's not a big deal. We share bathrooms. And I was like, I wanted to be like, not for $5,000, you shit. And then that took me.
Wow.
Like, because there's like a public bathroom right by the bar.
Yeah, use that one. Yeah. And like, what if someone was going in there like to take a dump? Like, you don't want to hear that.
Yeah. What if the girl had to take a dump and like,
Was there music playing?
no, there was no music.
Silence.
Okay.
I mean,
And we
play
did get
some
a bottle of
goddamn
wine.
tunes,
We
Bunny
did-
I
Ranch.
was gonna say, was there alcohol involved?
I got a free bottle of wine because I spent over $4,000.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, they give you a free Trader Joe's bottle of wine.
Yeah,
We
she has
spent
to open
4K.
it, and she opened it, and we were talking about like how like I can't believe waiters can open it at a table because she had a hard time opening it. That again also took away from the time was her struggling to open the wine bottle.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I got done, she said, "What's your plans?" I go, "I'm gonna go to Death Valley. I'm gonna do this." She goes, "Well, when you come back to Death Valley, you should come back again." I go, "No, it's okay." No,
You said no.
Yeah.
You
You
even later
rejected
on.
her.
I said I really not me.
Maybe.
It's my bank account. I mean,
Yeah,
if she was
yeah.
gonna
Well,
tell
I
me,
know.
I'll give you $500 for 2 hours. I'd be like, well, maybe I'll come back in
Wait,
the morning.
$500 for 2 hours?
If she had said something like that, but she didn't. I think she wanted more money out of me.
Right, of course.
And then she gave me her email address, and I said, I'm going to talk about this on stage. Just so you know, I'm going to talk about this on my act. And she was like, "Oh, well, can you wait till I visit New York?" I go, "No, I can't wait. I have to get this. I have to get this on stage right away. Like, when are you going to visit New York?" I said, I said, one of the reasons I did this was to write new material. You know?
That's one of the reasons you did it.
Well, that was like a little small reason because I want to have jokes about condoms and fucking.
Well, and also, material comes from experiences, and you know.
So we leave the room, and my friend is talking to one of the girls, and he's like,
Where was he this whole time?
sitting at the bar.
Oh, there's a bar.
There's a bar, and
okay.
you could buy cigars and drinks.
and
and
you can just like. So wait. So like, if we wanted to just go to the Bunny Ranch and have drinks, can we do that?
You can, but they're gonna keep propositioning you. But they have to. They,
Proposition away. I don't care.
Yeah, they
I'm
have
strong.
to because
Are women allowed in there?
Can women fuck other women at the Bunny Ranch?
But like, no, if I wanted to pay for because some places
I
you
want a woman
can't.
in my pussy.
That I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can, but I think a guy has to go with you. So in other words, like you and your boyfriend.
A lot of strip clubs are like that. Where I've been to places where you have to bring a
they
guy.
did have like a three-way experience package. I don't know what it entails.
Ooh, good to know.
Yeah. But he's sitting at the bar, and like he was picking a lot of their brains about this guy's death, and a lot of them said he saved my life. He got me off drugs.
Oh wow,
we
he's
don't
a
know
good
what we're
guy.
gonna do. Yeah. And they were crying and stuff, and he was just picking their brain about the business and things like that. And he was having a debate with one of them, like a really big. She was trying to get him to go in the room, and he didn't
of
want
course.
to. And I'm just sitting. I'm ready to go. I just wanted to like make a beeline out. And it's funny while I'm sitting there at the bar, she comes out with an ice bucket, like she's a bar back. The girl that I had sex with, and she looked mortified I was still at the bar. So I ordered a beer because my friend wasn't leaving.
Yeah.
And she's dumping. I didn't even look at her either. She like dumped the ice, and I just went back to I went to my phone because I think like she was like, "Is this guy still here?" You know?
Oh
like,
well, I mean, it's fine.
And so all of a sudden the staff. This is the funniest moment to me because it's so. The staff is in the other room. They're watching a movie, and they go like, "Hey, if you want, you can come watch the movie with us." And my friend was still like. Not fun, he was still really in a passionate talk with this girl.
Yeah.
And I go, okay. So I go walk in the other room and they're watching Ant-Man and Wasp, the Marvel superhero movie.
That's a good movie.
No, but it's so, because I'm like big in the super comic books and
Wait,
stuff.
were they trying to get your dick to your dick again?
No, they were just bored. It was like 4 in the morning.
And no one was there?
Nobody was there.
What
One
day
guy
of the week
came
was
in
this?
while I was watching Ant-Man and Wasp. It's a Tuesday going into Wednesday.
Okay. One guy came in to have sex?
And they brought girls.
What did he look
didn't-
like?
Nerd.
Oh, nerds.
Yeah.
So got a lot of nerds there.
Yeah, a lot of nerds.
That's fun.
Well, they have a lot of regulars and stuff. And things
Yeah.
But he came in. He didn't like any of the girls. He left. And it's funny. He's
weird.
waiting, and I say
What a
to the
picky nerd.
I said because they could see me sitting there. I said to the staff member, I said, "Should I leave?" So no, just keep watching the movie. I go, okay.
Aw,
And
yeah.
So we're all like me and the staff and like 2 of the girls. We're just watching Ant-Man and Wasp, and they're asking me questions about Venom and Infinity War. And I'm like, this is insane. I'm sitting at the Bunny Ranch watching a Marvel Comics movie with a bunch of fucking prostitutes.
That's amazing.
No, but it's so crazy.
They're asking me about my wealth of knowledge about that's like, you know, who would have thought?
Who would have thought? My friend walks
When you were
out.
decorating, putting those Halloween decorations up at your apartment.
Yeah. My friend walks out and he goes like, you didn't learn anything. You're back to watching Marvel comic movies.
Well, I mean, sex doesn't change who you are.
No, but it's just so funny. I literally get done having sex for the first time, and then I go watch.
That's kind of nice, though. You're still
They're really nice people.
Does a man feel
Good.
different when a man loses his virginity?
Oh, I feel good. I feel like next day we went to Death Valley and I climbed a mountain, which I've never done before.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And I was
metaphorical.
Metaphorical, yeah. And I do. I feel really good. I feel like I have a lot of resentment towards a lot of people. Like,
oh, why? Who?
Like,
That's okay.
I was doing. I don't know if I want to say his name because he is a good friend of mine. But I did. There's one comic invited me on the podcast to talk about Nickelodeon and Dan Schneider and all the stuff he's done to the actresses. We don't have to get into that.
Is that a Me Too case?
It's a Me Too case, but nobody's picking it up.
There's too many to keep up with, Ray.
Up, and
Everyone's
there's so much
terrible.
evidence. But I was gonna go because I know a lot. I know a lot of stories about what he did to these young girls, supposedly, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
So I was going to go on and talk about it, and I sit down, and the two hosts go to me, so we hear you're a virgin. Why are you a virgin? And it was like, but I don't want to talk about that, you know?
Yeah.
And then another podcast, Legion of Skanks, asked me on. And I said, I already talked about my virginity on Guys We Fucked. I don't want to talk about it. I'm a comic.
Yeah, that's
Ray.
right.
You show your
did.
loyalty, Ray.
Yeah.
Podcast war.
There you go. And
Just kidding.
they never asked me
There's
back
not a
on.
war.
And, these podcasts had the same 6 guys bitching about in the net. I could bitch about in the net. Like, I want to be treated like a,
Right.
And
yeah,
then
you're more than a virgin. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. I mean, this podcast it's about sex, and that's why.
that's why we're doing it.
Yeah,
But
and it makes sense. It's
but
not some salacious.
I want to talk.
know.
If we're, you have other comedians on and talk about things in comedy. I worked at Caroline since 2003. I
Yeah.
stopped working in 2015, but I've been around comedy all these years. I'm a comic. Like, and
Yeah.
all you want to talk about is what I haven't done.
And you're a nerd. You got wealth and knowledge about nerd shit.
And how many
Talk
times
about that. That's
how many
gotta be
times can I
exciting.
say, yeah, I haven't had sex? Why? I don't, like.
Yeah, and also too, if that conversation isn't if that's just treated as like you're the freak show in a circus or some shit, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And like they had a girl like shaking her ass in front of me, and I'm like, oh, whoa, no, yeah. And everybody said to me like, oh, I hope you don't come in 30 seconds. And I'll be like, no, I'm not gonna.
Oh my
I've
god,
been around
that's
women.
low hanging fruit, man.
Yeah.
That is low hanging fruit.
So yeah, I felt a little, I feel good, but I also feel like people like dangled this thing in front of me all these years, like
Yeah.
this big, huge thing, and it was good and it was a lot of fun, but it wasn't like this insane, like really hard thing. I was nervous because I think of everything people put in my head.
Well,
before
right. Well,
walking in that room.
I feel like anytime anybody reacts, like a comic or us or Legion Gang or like that guy, your friend who want to talk about Nickelodeon, it seems to be. I mean, I feel like with us, we do want like just curious about other people's experiences and want to hear your story, but I feel like people reacting to you like that or like having the girl shake her ass in her face, they're just putting whatever they feel about themselves and their own sexual career on you.
But yeah, because I really wasn't bothered by it for a long time.
You never gave a fuck, and that's what was so cool about it.
And then when my dad died and everyone else died, I was basically like, let me get this out of the way, because I do feel like if I stayed a virgin, and even if I met like the best girl in the world, that would be a hurdle to us being together.
Well, and two, I almost like taking somebody's virginity does sound very appealing to me, just because like I would love to be there for somebody experiencing that.
Yeah.
But also, if you're gonna meet a girl and get married, if that's something that you want for yourself, like I would want my partner to fuck a lot of fuck as many people as they feel comfortable fucking before we.
Because otherwise you're stuck with a
together.
guy for the rest of your life. Supposedly that was like, I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have to lead me. And one of my friends goes, "Oh, you shouldn't be dishonest about the bunny ranch, because then girls
Why?
don't want." He goes, "Well, some girls don't like that you pay." I go,
Okay,
"Those
well,
probably
they're
the same
closed-minded fucks.
I said
so-
those same girls who probably weren't gonna fuck me because I was a virgin.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, there's always gonna be an excuse why they weren't gonna fuck.
Yeah, whoever's gonna
Always.
like you is gonna like you.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything gross. Like none.
You did
know.
everything right, actually.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think. And
Yeah, the only thing I did wrong was I probably should have negotiated down to $3,000, but that's about it.
you live and you learn.
I mean, in the big scheme of things, $2,000 is really not going to make a big impact on your life, especially. And just think of all the money you saved from not dating, women all this time.
Have you ever?
Yeah,
Oh my
know?
God, Ray,
It's a real
that's
savings.
true.
Yeah.
Real
That's
savings.
really true. You're probably loaded.
Yeah.
Have you ever sucked your dick in a fleshlight?
What? Oh, no.
Oh, okay, I was gonna ask if
I
that
was
felt
like a
different than
flash- I thought you said flashlight.
fleshlight.
Oh, no.
Fleshlight.
Yeah,
It sounds
no.
like flashlight. Okay, I just
No.
wanted.
I know a
was
lot of
curious.
comics do that, but I never did.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I mean, look, if I had a dick, I'd be fucking a fleshlight all goddamn day. But I was just curious if there was any difference between. And okay, so I have so many questions about how you thought the sex I know that's the only pussy that's ever been wrapped around your dick, but did it feel tight? Like, how did it feel?
It didn't feel tight. It felt it felt like I was in a vacuum cleaner almost. Like
it sucked it.
Like suction?
Yeah, like
cool. Do our
yeah.
vaginas do that?
Well,
Neat.
I don't know.
Well, the air. You know,
she was on
Well,
top.
like if there's no air hole, then it would create a
Well,
suction.
the way I've fingered a fleshlight before, and it does suck your finger
I
back
mean, the
in. I'm
main
like,
thing I noticed,
like queefing because
beyond, like
yeah.
I was enjoying it, but the main feeling I had was her hip was grinding into. I mean, like what was her leg was kind of grinding into my hip, and it was like a little painful, but I wasn't gonna like stop.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that last half hour.
Yeah, when we finally did it for,
okay.
for the last time. That was the main thing, but like it was like a really cool sensation. Yeah.
Did it feel better than your hand?
Yeah.
It did?
Yeah.
Okay, I've
yeah.
always wondered that. I don't
Yeah.
know, because like I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, to be honest with you, though, it felt better when she was jerking me off than
Really?
all three of
How
all
did
three
she do it?
things.
Did she have a good method?
Yeah,
and what
she-
did she do? Did she
she-
twist?
No, she just did this. She did the basic.
One hand?
Yeah,
One hand like a salt shaker.
yeah, yeah. Because
Really?
the other hand was on my chest.
Oh.
Yeah.
She just did one hand.
the
Huh?
rhythm
I'm
with
just trying to
two
get tips.
hands is not great.
Oh, really? See, I feel like it's easier to get in the rhythm with both
I
hands.
feel like the cock has to be really big to get a good 2-hand rhythm. I mean,
Yeah, and a
It's
lot
easier
of.
to
I mean,
slide one
a lot
hand
of
up and down.
When it
Yeah.
started, I wasn't hard, so she had to get me hard. So she
Right.
basically like grew it. Like a,
Wait, you can. Wow, she got you from soft to hard through jerking you off?
Yeah.
Shit. I
Yeah.
didn't even. See, I wouldn't even have gone. I would have put it in my mouth.
because I was really, and I said to her, "I'm sorry, I'm so nervous." The first half hour,
Yeah.
I thought like, okay, minute she's naked, but like I just. There were
Well,
some,
it's nerve-wracking.
There's some points where I
And
felt like
there's
my whole
pressure.
past was like
And
standing
your mother
over
was
me.
like, "Don't mess this up, Ray." You're like,
No, but I
"Shut
felt
up,
I
Mom.
could almost
Give me
see
a
like
second."
girls that like hurt me standing over the bed.
Yeah.
like I almost like I feel
Whoa.
like
well,
I,
also when you were saying that she was being really nice to you and it threw you off because usually when a girl's nice to you like that, it means they're not interested.
or they're
gonna
gonna turn on me. You know, like
Yeah.
It was like so,
Has a girl turned on you, and what do you mean by?
well,
turn?
the girl in high school that was the one who really fucked me up. Was the girl? I think I talked about this in the first podcast. There was a girl who really pursued me in high school, and I was very nervous around
kind of
women.
like aggressively. Would you say?
Aggressively, yeah.
Okay.
And there was a moment I used to go over her house a lot, and we would kind of fool around, but like little like she was 15 and I was like 16, 17.
Yeah.
And she had just left her boyfriend she had a ton of sex with him. And she's on top of me and she goes, "Do whatever you want to me." And I go, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Do whatever you want." I got really nervous and scared, and I like went to the bathroom and watched TV.
Wait, you went to the bathroom to watch TV?
No, I went to the bathroom, then sat down and watched TV.
Oh, okay.
But she was like a nympho almost. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
she was
Yeah.
crazy.
She was like craving sex.
And then out of nowhere one day she turned on me, got back with the boyfriend, and screamed at me in front of the entire school that I was a weirdo. And,
Oh, that's
and
yes.
okay. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that kind of fucked me up with women because
That makes-
then
yeah.
she also tried to frame me for a bomb, and she tried to get me kicked out of my college.
A bomb?
A bomb threat. She called in a bomb threat and then told everybody.
so
that I
she's
did.
just
Oh,
not
okay,
a
yeah.
mentally stable.
She's not a mentally stable.
person.
Now that I
Yeah.
look back, I like she
But
was.
how knowing that at the moment
But
and
you
being
don't know that
empathetic
back
towards
then.
that. Exactly.
And then when I kind of talked about this in the article, in 2014, a lot of people in the Reddit and stuff, you need to get over it. Like, you just need to get over it. And
Well,
it's like,
that's not the way to go. But I that's certainly not. The internet does not really have any bedside manner.
Yeah.
But
They
I mean, I
really
think
don't.
it's. I think the thing is, it's just like we all have people who hurt us and experiences.
Yeah, and at
that
the
we
time-
can.
whether it's your parents,
and at the time,
Right.
like, I, she was really pretty, so I thought I had no shot with her. And she kept, like,
Right.
saying, like, you have a shot with me, you have a shot with me. So finally I got, like, really into it, and I'm like, this is going to be my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then she turned on me so hard that it was kind of hard
Like,
for me to
real
try.
hard.
that
Real
could even
hard.
be like some weird manipulative kink that she had.
I
like
think it was. I heard she does
I
this
was
to
gonna
other
say
people
it
now in their
sounded
20s,
like that, and
in their
that's
Yeah.
30s.
that's
Yeah.
a traumatic thing to happen to. Like that
Yeah,
makes
'cause
sense
I
if you
never
were like a
really-
little.
I never really
jarred by
like
it.
dated before that, and that was
Yeah.
the first. And I thought in my head, I don't know if people I grew up with would agree, she was the prettiest girl in the school.
Right.
So it's like I got Kelly Kapowski basically.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And it really fucked me up. It fucked me up throughout college, and it fucked me up into my 20s. And I would say like I didn't get really over it, and like more willing to like put myself out there.
Yeah.
Until like I
your-
was in my late 20s.
Yeah.
And now like with everything I hear from people saying that this, I realized like no, you know what? I wasn't being a fucking baby by
No.
being afraid to like talk to women or afraid. I was fucked up. She fucked me up. It was like a weird. I was like 16, 17, and she fucked me up.
Yeah, and especially if that's like your first like almost intimate experience,
Yeah.
and you're like, what? I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Over the years, have you ever talked to a therapist about any of this?
No, I didn't go to therapy. No, I didn't really. No, I kind of treat comedy as my therapy.
Why do you think
Right.
so many? And this is a completely opinion. You have no way of knowing and giving an answer that's like valid. But like, why do you think so many men who are involuntarily celibate are so mad and hate women?
I don't know
Because that you got kind of fucked over by this woman in high school.
Yeah.
I would think that would, if you started hating women even just quietly to yourself, that would make sense.
I mean,
to me.
I hate certain women, but that's because they're
Well,
assholes.
yeah,
But
I mean,
hate
me
certain
too.
men too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't know why they have this whole thing, this angry thing against women. I never had that because it's like this is a huge giant world, and maybe there's gonna be 5 asshole women in your town,
Right.
But
You
just
can't
keep
judge.
traveling.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a
Whole
great
gender.
play. 5
Yeah.
asshole women in your town.
But I don't know. But yeah, there is like this weird like anger and stuff. And when I wrote that article, I wanted to like say to guys, hey, you don't have to be angry, and they just got angrier.
Well, I think it's because
I think
that
Trump.
makes sense.
I think Trump
Exacerbates.
Trump
it,
has driven
certainly.
the whole country insane.
It seems to me that it
Yeah.
comes from somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
Something happened to them similar to what that girl did to you in high school. Like there's some instance, an
Yes.
example was shown to them, and maybe multiple, that they deserve a woman.
I always feel like sometimes I'll see like comedians be very cliquey or be very, and I'll be like,
No,
something happened in high school, and that's why they're being like this. Like
Totally. I can usually tell
this
ya.
girl.
You was bullied, huh?
Yeah, this girl wasn't the popular girl, and now she wants to be, which is why like we're a part of a comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like whatever happens to you in high school, if something fucked up happens to you, you fight against it the rest of your life. You know.
But you don't have to.
You don't have to.
You can dissolve
Sometimes you
it.
can just go to the bunny ranch.
And really, that's a good
but you know what?
story,
Now I
right?
feel.
Yeah, I can't remember anything that happened to me in high school that I like still think about.
I named Tori Harris in our TED Talk.
Yeah.
I mean, because she bullied me in 8th grade. She's
Yeah.
like, "You're so gay," but she didn't mean it in like an actual homosexual way. But like,
Right.
But I'll never forget crying in Canada and calling my mom and like I hated her and I wanted her to die.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's people I still definitely don't like, and like one of them tried to friend me on Facebook like not too long ago because a mutual friend of ours died, and I was like, just because he's dead doesn't mean we're friends.
Exactly.
But I mean,
Tell them the truth, Corinne.
I don't think about any
Right.
of these people ever unless
that
they're.
Depends on what kind of person you are
And
how you handle that.
One more thing about high school and everything. There was another thing that led to this decision. The first girl, before that girl, the first girl I had a crush on, and the first girl I kind of pictured myself having sex with.
Yeah.
I met her in 8th grade. Her name was Sangina. She died a year ago, mysteriously in her bed. They said of Crohn's disease. So I didn't even go to the funeral
Died of
because
Crohn's?
I didn't even know you could
Yeah.
die of Crohn's.
I didn't know that either. I
Crohn's
think
is terrible,
I don't want to
right?
say what I think, but anyway, I didn't want to go to the funeral because if she's Muslim, so it's open casket with no embalmment. And I didn't want to see her in a casket like that. And
That's the last time
another
you
reason
saw
I'm
her.
saying like, so my whole family's dead, and the first girl I ever thought I could lose my virginity to is now fucking dead.
Wow.
So like, I have to lose. What am I waiting for? You know?
But there is this theme where you like for all these years it feels like you were thinking of women almost not as people sometimes, but as possible chances to lose your virginity to, because it seems like it became such a big thing, and other people also made it a big
yeah,
thing.
people made it a bigger thing for me.
And so then it felt like you kind of like almost leaned into that, and also like it became this thing for you. So now that you've had sex, do you have any regrets of how you handled women or relationships for the past like decades?
I do have some regrets for some women. I wish I pursued some women harder. That and I wish some other women I knew when to back off sooner.
Okay.
You know, but I do wish. But you know, a lot of it was nervousness over this act, over what was going to happen when we had sex, and I wish I didn't have that in my head. I wish I there was a girl in my college who said she was going to have sex with me on my 21st birthday, and I got nervous.
Wow, a lot of people promise you sex.
Yeah, I should have just had sex with her back then. That
Oh,
girl.
so you didn't.
I
You
didn't.
chose not to.
I got nervous again.
Yeah.
But I should. I just wish. I do wish though. I also do wish though. At the time, a girl like her had been like, "No, we're having sex," and just like kind of took me by the hand.
Well,
but girls
yeah,
don't
but
really
then
like
that's
that.
that's not honoring your.
Yeah,
You know,
my
that's not
wishes.
consent. Yeah,
she
and
makes me be
that's-
raped. I
and
just
that's-
wait,
you don't wanna get me too,
I'm
Greg.
basically being like, I wish I was raped.
But why does fear of the act though? Like, what? There had to be something more. So people hurt you, and that explains the emotional
Yeah.
like connection. But like, you
I
keep
just felt
talking
that-
about the act.
I felt I was gonna be good at the act, and like, let's say like there were girls that I had feelings for.
Okay.
I feel like so we both have feelings for each other. I want to be your boyfriend, I'm gonna be your girlfriend, and then the sex, and I'm so bad at sex, or I'm so bad at the act that she basically is like, get away from me, I don't want to see you again.
So you projected that onto yourself.
That's
and
what
kind
I
of-
thought would happen.
Yeah.
Like it would be like
And you
so
probably
awkward
were
and
showing
weird.
that's what you thought, meaning like when people are afraid of something, they usually are that thing and then they push it away.
Yeah,
That's
and I
life
kind
sometimes.
of had always that thought in my head that okay, so we're gonna really connect, because I have had girls that I connected with.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we're gonna really connect, and we're gonna make a go at it. And then the first time we have sex, and it's not good at all, and she's gonna be like, "Well, I'm done," because I have sex on the regular, and with other people.
Right.
And you're not gonna. I can't be with you if this is how it is. And I was very nervous at the start with this prostitute or sex worker. But after a while, I lost it. I was also, but I was nervous the first week I had the dog. I was a nervous wreck.
Okay, so maybe you're just a nervous person when you're with new experiences.
New experiences, but now
I'm the same way.
The dog, it's like secondhand. But here's the thing: when I said on Facebook I'm going to get a dog, people posted, "You shouldn't get a dog. It's a lot of work." A comedian emailed me, "You can't go on road gigs if you have a dog."
You can.
I totally have people watch my dog all the time.
Yeah.
You can't do this. Dogs tear up the house. My dog.
Why does everybody try to tell you how to live your goddamn life,
dogs.
Ray?
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, and also, but like, you have to at a certain point, like, just not. I think people
Not
also
entertain that.
might
Well, I
understand
think-
that like they have a power
Yeah.
over you, and for some reason they like to wield
Tell you
that.
what
And,
to
and
do,
then like I think that like people, because I live with my parents my whole life, think that I don't know how to do anything, which is not.
I mean, you took care of your
Yeah, I
dying
had to take
parents. I
care
mean,
of them.
that is a skill set that.
Yeah. And my aunt too. I had to like take. I was
Yeah.
her guardian when she was 90-something-year-old aunt after the other aunt died.
And you had to handle all that fucking paperwork
And
with the
doing stuff
estate.
around
I mean,
the
that's
house.
some adult shit.
Yeah. And it's like I know, and I ran a fucking comedy club. I mean, it is the biggest comedy club in the city.
Yeah.
And there were times where the owners would just vanish, and it's like, figure it out, motherfucker. And if you
Right.
don't figure it out, Kevin Hart's going to get murdered. You know what I mean? Because like, there's no security or
That
anything.
often happens. Yeah.
So
A lot
it's
of
like,
murders.
I know what to do. That's why you say to my mom, like, it's the biggest club in the city, and they just leave me alone, and I
Yeah.
run it. I know what I'm doing. And
Yeah.
for some reason, people don't think I know what I'm doing. The other thing, too, is people would like, this one comic that want to do a thing. I want to do a thing called Goots and Glamour, where we change your look and you finally get laid. And he
Oh my God.
proposed this even after the bunny ranch. And I said, listen, I'm not changing my look. There's nothing wrong with my
Yeah.
look.
Why would you ever
Yeah.
want to change your look to somebody who you aren't?
Yeah, I go to wrestling events, and there's these fucking fat nerds with wrestling belts. They have girlfriends. I go
Yeah.
to Comic-Con, and there's guys
Yeah.
with like fat comic book nerds, and they have girlfriends.
Yeah.
Girls like comic books, girls like wrestling, girls like
Yes.
video games. People are getting laid through these things. My
Absolutely.
friend met his wife on World of Warcraft. They have 2 kids. I don't play World of Warcraft, but I'm just saying, like,
I mean, even
why-
if you did, whatever. You
Yeah.
do
But,
what
also,
you do.
but changing yourself to have someone come into your
Accommodate.
life is
Yeah.
never the way to go.
I'm like this, and I'm tired.
It's
And I said,
inauthentic.
I said I'm tired of pushing for this image that I'm scared of women, or I'm this, that, and
yeah,
the third.
you don't feel that way at all. Yeah.
I want to be a regular guy. That's why
Yeah.
I went and had sex. I'm a regular dude. Yeah.
I'm a regular guy who fucks.
I eat. I watch wrestling. I'm a regular
Yeah.
dude.
I see plenty of guys go to these wrestling events with gorgeous
So
girlfriends. and
now,
wives.
if you met a girl and you would talk about dating, would you tell? I mean, so you're not a virgin anymore, so you don't even
Yeah.
have to breach that subject.
No.
Would you just not even tell her about your sexual past?
No, I would, unless like she like.
I mean,
asked
you don't have
specifics.
to.
I mean, like there's a girl that I'm kind of seeing right now off and on. I
Yeah.
never sit down and be like, how many times did you fuck? And exactly, like I'm gonna figure one day we'll have that conversation. I know that she's fucked in the past, or at
Yeah.
least made out with people, or blew somebody.
Yeah.
but I don't care.
She blew a guy.
But like she revealed to me a couple weeks ago that she was in a comedian's hotel room 2 years ago, and
I mean, so was I.
I'm
yeah.
assuming that they fucked. But my friend goes, "Are you mad?" I'm like, "No, it was 2 years ago. I didn't know. I wasn't close with her."
Was it a famous comic?
Yeah, pretty famous. I don't want to say his name.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't want to. I'm sure he fucked her. I don't care though. I wasn't around.
Yeah.
What does that matter? As
That
long as she's not
doesn't
going to-
matter, yeah.
As long as she's not like, say, I can't hang out with you because I'm gonna go fuck him again. Like, what do I care? Like,
Yeah, then
people
it's like,
have. So,
all right.
like, I'm gonna go the same way. Where, I have a history, and if they push me, I'll be like, all right, this is my history.
Yeah.
But the main thing I'm tired of is if googling Melissa Diaz. You guys know her,
yeah.
right?
Sure.
Before she started doing comedy, she looked into like, how can I start doing comedy? and she Googled something, and my article came up. And she knew who I was for like a year before we met, but she knew me as the virgin. Like
Right.
And that I don't want anymore. Like that I don't
Yeah.
want the fact that Melissa Diaz walked in knowing like, why should Melissa Diaz know my fucking history?
Well, I mean, when you
Well,
you
we're
are
the guys
about
who
it
fuck
public.
girls. So
Yeah,
people are
no,
also
but I'm just
obsessed
saying,
with
like,
sex.
she's Googling the term stand-up comedy.
Right.
And
That's
my
an
article
odd-
about being a virgin is there.
Well, Salon probably pays a lot of money to have those Google
yeah,
Analytics
exactly.
fucking
Yeah.
bumped up
They
in
probably
their favor.
tag stand-up in my thing.
yeah.
yeah. And I mean, part of the entertainment business is like, you know, they love putting people in boxes. So
That's
yeah.
the thing, and that's the thing.
Love
When I used
society
to talk
loves
to
doing that.
bookers and stuff years ago, like, you need to emphasize more that you're a loser and that you can't get with women,
Jesus Christ.
and that you're a virgin. You just got to keep pounding that in your act. And I tried it, and I was like, this isn't doing anything for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Because
I'm
you're
not
more
a loser.
Yeah, you're right, and you are so much, and those adjectives don't really describe who you are as a person.
Well, I think there's also something more interesting about having a persona that has a lot of like interests that many people would consider nerdy or like a loser, and then going on stage like you're the man. I think that's a much more complex and interesting persona anyway.
I think you're right. And, like, the fuck? Shit, I was going to say something. Fuck, I forgot. Yeah, I just, you're right. They want to put you in a box.
Yeah.
And after the Virgin article, they said, we want to do a reality show starring you.
Well, that
where
was
you
fast.
try to meet girls. So they interviewed me on Skype, and the guy goes, you're not like a typical you're not a virgin. What do you mean? He goes, well, I thought you'd be awkward and weird, and you're really funny and interesting. And I go, oh, okay, cool.
Jesus.
He goes, well, we don't know if we can use that. I go, what do you mean? Well, we thought you were gonna be like,
we thought you were going to be in our box.
yeah. And I was like, but wouldn't it be more fun to have somebody witty and funny? And
Yeah, and an example of a person who hasn't had sex yet, but that is also not like a fucking oaf.
Yeah, and I'm just like
Drooling on himself.
People would always get mad about it or like say it's weird, and I was starting getting annoyed. Like,
People are obsessed with it.
we're so tolerant of so many different ideas, and I am too.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, but why can't you just be tolerant of me just fucking waiting for sex?
Yeah.
Like, why people would like? I would go out with my friends. When are you gonna lose it? When are you gonna?
We're in a sex-obsessed culture.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I feel like one of the reasons why people click on the podcast logo a lot, because they're like, guys, we fuck. What the fuck is that? Like, it draws people in. Like,
Yeah, there were points in my life where I'm like, more people are worried about this more than I am.
yeah,
Absolutely.
it seems,
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
absolutely.
well, that
But-
happens a lot.
Yeah.
But now you can all tell them to go fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off. And and that's the thing. I wanted to get away from that persona, and I wanted to get away. And I think I'm, at this point, I live alone. I own a house. I have a dog.
Yeah. What else?
like,
What else? What else? You single?
I'm single.
Are you seeing
Yeah.
somebody, but you're single. Like,
Yeah, I'm
overall.
single. I don't know how serious that's ever going to be.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I'm single. I'm traveling. I think I'm gonna go to Nashville and see my friend's family. We're gonna go to New Orleans.
Nice.
Like, I'm a regular guy.
Yeah,
Like,
living your goddamn
what makes me a
life.
loser? Everyone's dead. I mean,
Yeah, you're the winner. You survived.
Yeah,
You survived. And you
that's
got
the
fucked.
thing, and I hate to say it, but I was standing in Death Valley, and I'm like, I
Which,
could-
again, man, death really follows you.
yeah, oh yeah, that's true. And I'm like, I'm free. I could do whatever the fuck I want. I don't have to answer to anyone. I could just get on a bus and disappear.
I think that all the time.
Yeah, and it's like I don't have to because my family's gone.
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
like it sucks, but it's also very freeing.
Yeah, it's sad but freeing.
Yeah.
Especially
It puts
because
things
you
in
spent your
perspective.
whole adult life whether or not you enjoyed it or the good people, it's still like it's just not the traditional way that
Yeah,
most
I was
people
constantly taking care of them.
go through
and
their
then if I
20s
wasn't
and
taking care of
30s.
them, I was
Yeah.
taking care of a nightclub
Yeah.
that was very demanding. I mean,
Yeah.
you've performed there. You
Yeah,
know how-
it's a rigorous environment. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I was always like, and I wasn't like thinking about myself. And then I would sit there and get angry, like I just want a girlfriend. I just want to do. But who was I going to date when I was like constantly, doing
Yeah.
all these other things? And now I'm free, and I don't need to. I'm a loser. Like what? What about me makes me a loser? You know,
nothing.
Yeah. So
Dude,
there you go. The end.
You're the shit.
Thank you.
What do you want to promote? Where can we find you online?
I guess you can
say whatever you want.
Okay, you can Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. My name is Ray Goots. You can hit me up on Twitter.
G-O-O-T-Z.
Yeah, RAYGOOTZ. I don't really update my. I just mainly complain to customer service things on Twitter now.
That's fun.
Because everybody gets in trouble
What
on
else
Twitter.
is Twitter for?
Yeah, I don't really
Everyone
tweet
does
jokes.
get in trouble on
But if you want to
Twitter.
I'll send. If you want to send me a message on Twitter, I'll respond to that. But I'm mainly on Instagram. That's my main thing. Ray
Yeah.
Goots. And I have an album out on Bandcamp. It's called. That's the other thing I did this year. I recorded my first
comedy
Yeah.
album. Yeah.
What's it called?
Go Down Swinging, and I'm
Nice.
selling it on Bandcamp, and you can buy it for any price. I'm doing the Louis C.K. model.
Oh, yeah.
So they don't jerk off for anybody.
Aw.
And yeah, so
But,
my album's on Bandcamp. Ray Goots Go Down Swinging, and follow me at Ray Goots. There you go.
Dude,
Awesome.
Thank you so
No
much.
Thank you. It's so nice to have you back. We so rarely have people back, and it was
Well-
great to hear the end of this
Well, I'm glad I got
story.
back.
And now
Great
you're a new
story.
person, new persona.
Yeah.
Loving it.
It's
Same
gonna be
person.
You're
Same
more.
person.
You're
New
closer to who
persona.
you really are.
Yes, exactly. I got rid of this stupid thing that people were defining.
Yeah. All the bullshit society puts on you. Good on you.
Thank you so much. This has been Guys We Fucked, the Anti-Slut Shaming Podcast. We'll talk to you next Friday.
One of these days, it's all gonna come around. Don't you let the drudgery in between wear you down. Just keep your gaze a little farther down the road. You keep looking at the ground, you're bound to lose where you're going.
Today's show is sponsored by Talkspace, the online therapy company that enables you to improve your mental health from anywhere at any time. Get matched with a licensed therapist from over 2,000 choices and message them whenever you need to. No commutes and no judgments. For a special offer for our listeners, visit Talkspace.com/GWF and use code GWF to get $45 off your first month and show your support for this show. Talkspace, it's therapy for how we live today.